What is up, everybody? Welcome to a Sunday night Lost Boys Recovery live stream. Hey, it's been a little bit of time since we did a live stream. We took 2 weeks off just to kind of relax to try to get out and dig in, and of course the weather took a real quick dump on us. So unfortunately, we did a little bit of digging. But let's get into bringing in my co-host, man, Dustin Dutch Boy. Let's bring him in. Everybody, welcome Dustin to the show.
What's up,
What's
brother?
up, man?
Not too much, not too much. Just
How
glad
was
to
your
be
day? How was your day?
here. Restful. I did nothing.
Yeah.
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Dustin's been feeling a little under the weather here, everybody. Last week, Dustin invited me down to do a little bit of adventures down his way. Tell us a little bit about that, Dustin. What did we do? And maybe mention your video quick about how we were in there together.
I'll tell you what. Out of a lot of the things you and I have done, and separately together and whatnot, and the collaborations I've done, I'm kind of proud of the video from the standpoint. I think it captured a really nice day.
Right.
We may have not been feeling our best, but we were enjoying everything we did, and I was stoked about it. I mean, we mudlarked, we magnet fished, we detected, and we dug a dump. So I mean, all that in like 7 or 8 hours for the first time out in spring for like a full day. That was pretty awesome, man.
And it was a perfect day too, man. It was like the best day.
Yeah, and then the look on the owner's face when I told him, "Hey, you go out and mow your yard now," and it was precious. The owner is an older gentleman in poor health, and over the winter, all these limbs fell in his yard, and he was telling me like that's why he hasn't mowed the yard. So Andy and I went out, and as we detected up top, we just took all the limbs out of the yard. And when I left, I let him know, and he was just so happy because all he could do was sit on his riding mower. But he was happy because now he could, and I felt good. But it was a great day. It really was. I hope everyone watches that video. It was a good one. Good vibes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool, and I appreciate you inviting me down. I didn't find as much as Dustin that day. He schooled me in the findings that day. Did bust out a little bit of magnet fishing. Didn't find a lot of stuff. There was a lot of iron and stuff. Obviously, that's what you're going to find.
That big survey stake.
Is that what it was? Yeah. Survey stake.
And the only reason you weren't getting anything is where the water level was. You were casting onto shore still. That's all. That basically anything in there, stuff like Frank and I and the other guys were like throwing, like nails and rusty stuff. So you got what we threw in there, except for that surveyor stake. That was nice.
Right. Hey guys, before we get started, make sure you check out Dustin's channel, Dutch Boy Adventures on YouTube. Like I said, we do this together as a team. I have my channel, Lost Boys Recovery, and he has his channel. So give him some love as well. Hit the thumbs up for him and watch that latest video, and maybe check out some of his other videos as well. Give him some support. That's what it's all about here. And it's
thanks, Andy.
Hopefully you get some more friends. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so real quick, we'll talk real quick about. I know the time's flying here. Last week's, it was 2 weeks ago's show.
Yeah,
we took a break. We getting kind of burned a little bit. It happens pretty quick. I had some other live streamers tell me that that definitely can happen, and we just needed a little bit of time off to kind of recuperate. But the magnet fishing show went really well. We had some nice giveaways. Everybody got their goodies, the hats, the shirt, and the magnet kit. So hopefully everybody was happy with that. But yeah, good show, good guests. Since then, they were actually Team Rogue before the Rusty Magnets, but they went over to Team Kratos now, so they have a different sponsor with their magnets. But yeah,
we'll get more hats and stuff. Woohoo! More different sponsors.
Yeah.
That was great though. That I think people learned a lot, and there were some great stories being told, and I think everyone that watched really were captivated by the idea of doing that. So yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed that episode that you and I did. So should we move forward to the stream? Yeah, I know. I've seen you getting lost in it. Man, we got Digging with Squeak. Bill, thank you, Squeak. Love you guys. Oh, Swing for the Ring. That's our boy Ace.
For the ring, Ace.
Man. Ace, when this is over, we got to exchange info, brother, so we can talk on a more regular basis.
We got Underground Buddha, Bobby's in here, Matt Ski Searcher's in here, Jersey History Hunter, Ald is on the show tonight as a special guest, so she'll be popping in. Digging with Deej is in there. She's going to also be a guest tonight. We got a lot of stories to hear from all these ladies and their adventures, so we're really looking forward to it. Who else you see out there?
Chris Altman.
I see a bunch of people.
We got 513 Dig. Who is that guy?
Team Dig, yeah.
Who is that guy?
You know who he is.
Nah, what? Trevor, right? Trevor?
Yeah, I guess that's how you say his name, Trevor.
Yeah, because it's spelled with
we got Viddy in the house.
Yeah. What's up, boy?
Viddy. What's up, boy?
Viddy
Susan Toker.
Oh, we won't touch that.
Action 5's in here. My man, don't forget Robert Coolbirth, man. The main cheese. Promoter like from another mother.
He's in here.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Watching stuff this week, someone I see supporting his friends a lot is Bobby. I was watching, I don't know if you saw Audra's concert that she was performing in. And
we're actually going to talk about that. Don't spoil it.
Man, they were good. They were really good.
I got it covered.
No, but Bobby, I seen him there filming and recording, and that's a decent guy, man. Because we only know each other through here, but it's like seeing him support his friends like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we got Chris from the ground up. Chris, we're going to talk about you a little bit tonight as well. What you had to offer to some of these ladies with your book. I got Ram Detecting Marks in here.
Karen
KK is in here. Bang.
What up?
Looking forward to meeting a lot of these people here next week.
Madison, Maine. Where's that at?
Hey, Madison, Maine's in here.
You know where that's at?
What's that?
Do you know where that's at?
Oh, I know how to get there, yeah. Future bleeps. Man, the chat's flying. So if we miss you, don't think we're trying to avoid you. If we miss you, the chat just flies so fast. And if I'm looking to the side like this all the time, it's because I'm looking at the chat. So,
and then we also want to give a little disclaimer, and then Andy will chime in. We picked the ladies for this to be in this based off of who we know and who was available to us, and there was a comfort level in asking. So, and by no means do we mean to offend anyone that did not get chosen, because there's literally probably thousands out there now. I mean, which is awesome seeing the diversity, more women getting involved and doing their thing in this hobby. And, so we just want anyone out there to know that it's, we didn't have like a special thing going on. No one was better than anyone else. Others came before, others will be after. These ladies, some of them have personally helped us. And they've also been recognized in a book. So, I think that's pretty impressive. I wanted to say that, and I know I speak for Andy when I say it.
Yep, 100%. I mean, there's so many awesome ladies out there that metal detect. I mean, to have this show is going to be long enough just to have the ones that we do have. So we're going to try to keep the flow moving and talk to everybody and try to give them a little bit of the time that they definitely deserve. The show would be like 10 hours long if I chose everybody. These are 100% the people that I've talked to the most that I felt like that I just could really relate to on the show for tonight. So maybe another show, maybe a part 2, Dustin. I mean, you never know. You know what I mean?
Never know. Well, why not? And we're going to revisit topics too. I mean, just because we covered detectors one time or magnet fishing, there's more detectors coming out all the time. And there's other perspectives than just ours and the people we brought on before. I'd like to pick the brain of some of the people that still use their pro on a regular basis, because you got to be really good to continue to use some of these, and you become an expert in them. But I agree, man. I digress.
So most of the people that are tuning in already knew. We posted this link for the show probably 2 weeks ago when we ended up just taking a break. Tonight's show is pretty simple. It's the women of metal detecting in YouTube. Some of them have channels that are really active. Some of them are on YouTube, just not as active. Some of them are more active on Facebook side of things. But they're all awesome ladies, and I can't wait to hear their stories. Yeah, I mean, anything you want to say? Jump right into it here.
We got another big thing going on tonight. We have Michael Vidovich of West Shore Hobbies is donated a detector to be given away tonight.
Yep, he sure did.
So that's pretty exciting. If you guys haven't already, check him out, West Shore Hobbies. Now, it doesn't mean to say if anyone else has a hobby shop or whatever, and they want to promote themselves when we're on here, by all means, put yourself in your information in the stream or in the chat, and we're there to support everyone. No one over the other person.
Right.
At all. So don't ever get that mixed up. We are beholden to no one. But Michael is I'd say at this point, a really good friend and supportive of our channel from day one. And so that's what we're doing. And it was kind enough of him to donate it. And what is it, Andy? I know it's not a Knox 800. Boy, he'd freak out if I said that.
I think it's like a $200 detector, though. I mean, he's 30.
No, I'm kidding.
He said it was great for women and children, and I guess it has adjustable shaft or something, changeable shafts. It's got like a digital type display on it. I mean, it didn't look like a bad detector from what I saw. I mean, for somebody just starting out that doesn't have one or is thinking about getting into the hobby, I mean, what a great chance to win an awesome prize. You know what I mean? So we appreciate it. For sure.
Nice to throw it because it breaks down, and you can throw it in the backpack, and go out and explore without taking out your $1,000 piece of equipment, and having that dinging around or in pieces. Who wants to take it apart? So,
we got our first super sticker.
Yeah,
I figure it would be him, freaking guy. But yeah, Robert, man, he's awesome. He's really been helping us out too. I'm going to give him a shout out since he deserves it 100%. Man. He's been plugging us away for these shows. I mean, what an awesome dude. I've been helping him out with his Equinox. So hopefully he's learned a little bit from me as well. But yeah, what a great dude.
What a great group on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, check out his channel on Facebook. Mainly dirt fishing. Good channel as far as Facebook related material. And there's all kinds of people posting different stuff on there. So definitely check him out. So.
He's supportive to the hobbyists. So you want to put pictures out related to metal detecting. I mean, he has his own little, rules and all. But, you want to, I think he could even buy, sell, trade, whatever. Just check with him first in case I misquoted. But he is friendly to everyone that comes on. And his group, I mean, it went from 0 to 1,500 in like just a couple months. So
yeah, it's really fast.
Man,
he's got some mad people coming in for sure. Hey, real quick, a few more shout outs. Patty Disharoon, Two Taverns Todd's in here. Berks County Metal Detecting Shane's in here. Sean, I always say his name wrong. Johnny Small Pepper, man. What's up?
Johnny Small Pepper. Who is that?
He's been in my streams before. I mean, back before I think you even joined me.
Okay. Wow. I love that name.
Yeah, that's a cool name. But yeah, they're all in here, man. All these awesome people. Very cool. So,
yeah, let's see.
We ran a little bit over time, but I think we should get into it. One thing, we had a little bit of an issue tonight. Our first guest was not able to make it, which isn't not a problem because we're still going to talk about her and we're still going to promote her a little bit here. So yeah, no worries on that end. What an awesome guest. I would have loved to have her on. I know Dustin knows who I'm talking about. I want to pull up her picture here quick, but bear with me. But yeah, what an awesome helper she's been to me. So
not only that, I mean, she's an adventurous and she's out doing her thing, and really has grown to be respected in the community. I think overall, not even just as a helper so much as just someone out there doing it as well. And she's been very very helpful. She has Ambient Girl Digs, and I think she's on. Is it Detect Nation? That's the second one. Yeah, so she's really instrumental, not only in her own, but the Detect Nation. She's with Hollywood Joe and So if she thought she was going to get out of being on here today, she was mistaken. We don't need you. We got pictures and all that, you know.
So. Yeah, Nancy's totally awesome, guys. I mean, a lot of everybody in the chat already knows who Nancy is. She does her live streams. She's on Facebook and on YouTube, Ambient Girl Digs. Please check her out if you're in the chat and you've not checked her out yet. She's a really down to earth lady. She's super awesome at promoting people. She's a digger herself. But yeah, I don't even know where to begin with Nancy. I mean, she's done so much for me, and just an awesome lady. I can tell she really loves getting out there and just enjoying life, whether it's metal detecting. Looks like she did some bottle digging. I would have liked to hear her stories tonight, but I mean, next week when we meet her, Dustin, I mean, I'm sure we'll get a little bit more information on her for sure.
We
yeah, she had something happen.
We can live stream right on the spot at Come Out Swinging.
Yeah, you're right. My man Robert put her link here in the chat. Make sure you check her out.
Yep.
She's got some cool finds. I was looking through some of her pictures and stuff. I'm not going to give it all away. I'd rather you guys just check out her channel and go see for yourself. Make sure you subscribe to her channel as well. She does really awesome live streams. I mean, our live stream's cool, but it's not as cool as hers, man. But no. Anything you want to say about Nancy? I mean, that you know. I mean, I know you talked to her a little bit.
No, I look forward to meeting her. She's one of those ones that, at least for me this past year, she's helped promote my channel. She's had me on her channel and interviewed me, and showed a lot of respect, and she's one of those people that I respect her for how she holds herself. She's like the John Wayne of female detectors.
Yeah, it's speaking of so let's jump into this a little bit. I'm gonna take down her picture. And I'm gonna talk about a book. And a lot of people are in this book. We're gonna see what we got here once. I have so many pictures of these ladies and things. It's just like I have to scroll down through them all. So bear with me here.
What's your wife say about all the research you've been doing on 6 other women?
I mean, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm sleeping. We're good. Yeah. She's at her mom's house.
So there's a book that came out by Chris Altman, and it's Profiles. I know a lot of people have shown it on their channels. I have not yet done that, but I'm about to right now. Profiles. Nancy is in Profiles. It's a book all about metal detectorist. I have my copy here, and I am actually also in this book. I forget what page she's on, but I don't want to give away all the goodies. But check the book out, Profiles. She has her own story in the book. All the stories are really cool. I've actually read most of them. I'm going to read some more here in the next day or two. But yeah, what an awesome book, man! What a privilege to be in that book. Chris did a really good job, colored photos. It's just a lot of good stories of everybody, and he did really well with that. So thanks again for that, Chris.
I need to learn how to read, but the pictures were awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice book, man. It's like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but there's a lot of like the pictures of their favorite finds of each detectorist and a picture of the actual person, giving a brief history of how they kind of got started in the hobby and kind of like their favorite finds. So it's a neat book to check out. If you want to check it out, right there, you can see it on the thing. It says fromthegroundup.shop. Check out his website there and take a look. He also has other books as well.
A lot of good people in that. A lot of people that tune in and have their own live streams. Keystone History Hunters. There's Charles is in there.
From the Ground Up 1 and 2. Check those out as well.
Sean, I see you tuned in. Thanks, brother. Appreciate your support, man.
Yeah, man.
Drew Henderson's here. What up, Drew?
So yeah, Profile books. Everybody's commenting on it. Sorry if I'm not reading the comments right away. It's
that's
people
all right.
Are just flying by here. It's crazy.
Got you, man. I got you.
59 in the chat. We're doing really well. If you didn't hit the thumbs up yet, thumb me up. Thumb Dustin up.
Yeah, 59 watching. We only got 33 thumbs up. What's up with that? Oh man, we got some sandbaggers. That's
Well,
what
we
I'm
had
saying.
like 32 before we even started the show. It's like people were going in but whatever. It ain't no big deal. Thumbs up if you want. But yeah. So anyway, let's
There was a
stop
good
showing that.
question, if you don't mind. Matt.
Yeah.
Matt says, "How do y'all get together? How does everyone know each other?" And this is one of the ways to answer that question is through the live streams and through and the digging events that we all go to.
Yeah.
Those are the two main ways, and then based off geography, I live close to Andy compared to New Hampshire. But those are the two main ways: live streams and digging events that you meet. No one's a superstar. We're all just regular people. I mean, except for that guy. But no, it's no big deal to any of us. So we all just network, and it's a great community. What else can I say?
Right. Well, I think we should bring in our first guest. I know we're a little late here, but we're going to try to keep it flowing. Our second guest, Nancy wasn't with us, so I called her our first guest, I guess. But either way, Nancy, we love you. We'll see you soon next week. We can't wait to meet you. And we're going to bring in somebody that might talk a little bit about her. Actually, our next guest. One thing I can say about her, Dustin, I think she rocks.
Oh yeah. There it is. There she is.
Yeah. So let's bring her in real quick. All right. You ready?
Yeah. Let's do it.
I know you're ready. Everybody, Jersey history hunter Audra, welcome to the show. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So yeah,
I'm
Dustin,
just reading this book right here.
That's good.
I love it.
Yeah, buddy. So Audra, Audra, I'm like, I say your name wrong every time I talk to you. The concert last night. Does. Your concert, your show, how did it go?
It was awesome. We had such a blast. We raised money for this little boy who has an illness, and we're still doing it on our Facebook page. We're doing raffles and things. But we all signed a guitar for him. It was just a blast. And, you were just talking about how you meet people and everything.
Right.
Well, I've met like everybody, all these awesome people you have tonight. Oh, I've got to dig with them. I've got to hang out with them. They're all awesome. And if it wasn't for YouTube and social media, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do that. And it's just awesome. A lot of my friends came out last night. Bobby Buddha, he rocks.
Yeah.
KK came from Vermont, man.
Yeah, he's in your picture up there.
It was just awesome. It was great. Mama Piggy.
I love the picture. Everybody's talking about your show last night, like putting little emojis of guitars and stuff. She said
Bobby was doing live streams all night. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Your lead singer got some chops. I'll tell you what. I listened to that one song. It was like 4 minutes or 5 minutes. You were all very good. It was like, to me, you were a professional band.
He rocks. I'll tell you what. I've been in a few bands with her. Aster Phoenix, man. She feels every lyric she writes. She writes all her songs. We all write our own music to her song. And I am just, inspired by her creativity every day. She's awesome.
Hey, I know we were talking about the book, but tell us a little bit about your article. I saw you were on the latest. We got it. We both got it.
Oh yeah.
We saw you in it. So tell us a little bit about that. And then was that your first time, or you were in that magazine before, or what?
I've been in there a few times, but it's been a while. It was nice. It was nice to make it in there again. And I was with Bobby when I found that Morgan, and I was shaking so bad he had to pick it up.
Yeah, you have a video on that.
Yeah, I
right?
had a video of that. You can see I was
on your
just
you-
shaking.
So,
I got a shaking issue anyway.
Audra, I think I dropped that.
Oh, did you?
The last time I was there. Can you hold on to that for me? I'll pick it up next time I see you.
Okay, next time I see you. Mama
Hey,
Kitty,
thanks for the link, buddy.
jealous.
But yeah, tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel, if you don't mind, Audra. I mean, right there's the link there. If anybody hasn't checked it out, I know a lot of the guys in the chat, guys and gals, already looked at her YouTube. She does live streams as well. She does awesome all around. But tell us a little bit about that.
Well,
like what nights you do it and everything for everybody to know.
I live stream on Tuesday night. Bobby Underground Buddha is the co-host, and our stream is called Share the Love, because that's what we're all about, because we just want to share the love of this community. We just want to have fun. We want to have fun guests once in a while, giveaways, chat, but the main thing we do is share pictures of people's finds. People email us, we'll bring up their finds, we'll talk about their finds, their channels, whatever they want to talk about, have fun, let loose and just have a good time.
Yeah, you guys are all about having some good laughs over there at the show. I mean, I tune in when I can. If I'm coming off from work, I can't always watch the chat, but I'll listen in when I can. Always a bunch of funny laughs. I mean, you got some really good people in your chat as well, as far as just always being really cool people. So
yeah, a lot of them are here. I love the community. The people that come to the chats are just like an extended family. You get together at the events, and it's like meeting old friends. It's just awesome.
Are you Chris says Audra is awesome, but Bobby JHH, but Bobby is okay too.
That's Mr. Sassy Slacks. Chris,
it sounds like something he'd say.
Audra, are you going to come out swinging?
I am going to come out swinging, and I'm going to be helping out with the kids hunt on Saturday and on Sunday. Thanks to Chris. Chris asked me to help out with that, and I'm absolutely looking forward to it.
Good. We'll see you there.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. I'm going to need a vacation after all this.
I know, big stock and then that. Did you do the Florida one too?
I did. I went to FH8. I had a blast. It was a great time. I went with Dawn and Shelly. Can you dig it? We drove together. We stayed together. We hung out with Bill and Squeak, were our roommates in our Airbnb. Had a blast. Had an amazing time. And then Teresa, Treasure Hunter, came and hung out with us, and Joe Copperheads came and hung out with us. And it was just, we can't talk about what happened at the lake house anymore, though.
That's funny.
It's all Teresa's fault, though.
Crazy.
Oh wow.
So Audra, a lot of things happened to you this year. You got a sponsorship from Technetics. Tell us a little bit about how that's been going for you. I mean, represent them a little bit. Tell us how that's been going for you and all that.
Well, that was a complete surprise to me, because all I want to do is have fun, help people. Right. I love to help people. I love to have fun. I love adventure. I love detecting. I love saving history. Period. That's it. So actually, one of the guests tonight, Digging with Deej, is sponsored by them. She kind of mentioned it, and next thing I know, they called me and they offered me a sponsorship. And I thought about it, and I was like, this could be a great opportunity. I like their machines. Right. I'm not a real machine snob or anything. If something works and I like the tone, I like it. So I'm gonna find stuff. So
the Technetics T2 was awesome for relics. I like starting out. I mean, I went to an Ace 350. I went up a few machines, and the Technetics was always like that trigger, the pinpoint trigger, man. I love that. That was so cool. It's like
a
you're
great
pulling a
machine.
trigger
It's a
on
deep
the
machine.
find. Yeah.
I love that trigger. That's
Yeah.
great.
Shooting a gun on the target.
Yeah. So I said yes. I was like, absolutely, I'd love it. So that happened. I was super excited, and then they got me to FH8 actually, and then I was sitting there like, what can I do with this? You know, because if something good happens for me, the first thing I'm going to think of, what can I do with this for the community or for other people, you know?
Right.
So I'm like, you know, I've been wanting to do this Girl Scout thing for the longest time. I brought it up to a couple people and I just never really it never really clicked, you know? So once this happened, I brought it up to them. I'm like, you know, I really want to do this Girl Scout thing.
Right.
Can I get a discount on some machines or something? And he's like, you know what? I'm going to donate 5 trackers, bounty hunter trackers for you to do this Girl Scout class. And I'm like, that would be awesome. So he's sending 5 trackers, a bunch of patches and some other stuff. So then I reach out to the Girl Scouts. Actually, my drummer in my band is a head honcho over there. So it all just kind of fell into place.
And that's awesome. That really
There's the flyer Audrey had. I just posted it up there. It looks like you're going to kind of, I guess you're going to teach them how to use the detectors and stuff, right? I mean, you'll tell them the basics of all that.
I'm going to do a whole class from A to Z. I'm going to do a class, like a lecture. I'm going to have the code of ethics. I'm going to go over assembly. I'm going to go tad of the history and what the hobby offers, little bit of all the different aspects of the hobby, and then how to put the machine together, how to use the machine, and then we're going to do a seated hunt.
That's cool.
And they just happen to have an old cornfield on their property. So I'm like, ooh, I'm going to bring my detector too.
That's funny.
And then this community, talking about this community, right? So people saw the flyer, they know about, we talk about it on the live stream. So many people have reached out to want to donate coins, tokens, all different kinds of items.
Yeah.
And stickers, because what I'm going to do is make gift bags for the Girl Scouts with stickers, and Brotherhood Metal Detecting made a bunch of coil keychains.
Yeah.
Eric, so I'm going to put them in. The nicer things I'm going to put in the gift bags. Pins, stickers, and the code of ethics and things like that.
I got, hold on. All this Girl Scout talk. What's up with the cookies?
I don't know. I don't eat cookies.
I mean, but you're peddling so many cookies.
Maybe I'll get some free cookies.
Well, I'm saying
out as giveaways.
If you're like, hey, I'm selling cookies for these guys too, you know what I mean? Like, I got 50 on that. I'm just saying, you know.
Oh yeah, hey.
Like my do-si-dos, and you know, I'm just saying, you know, that it's, use your celebrity.
Hey, maybe I could bring a case of cookies to one of the booths at one of the Technetics events I go to.
You could bring a case to come out swinging in 6 days. Bam!
Hey, real quick, Audrey, what kind of stuff, like, so a lot of these people are in the chat are going to come out swinging, and that would be a great time to donate to the cause. What kind of stuff are you looking for? I mean, what, too big or too small? I mean, what items could you use at this point, I guess?
I mean, if you think about what would be cool at a seated hunt or in a gift bag for like 11, 12-year-olds, girls.
Right.
So, you know, whatever you think would be good for that.
Like coins and stuff? I mean, do you need targets?
Coins.
Targets?
Dude, I've gotten so many Wheaties and tokens. Mike Mallyman sent a seated dime. I mean, I've got Morgans. I mean, I'm going to save the bigger things for like prizes at the end.
Right.
Not all the big things.
That's cool.
But I'm going to set it up. Dawn and Shelly volunteered to help Can You Dig It with Dawn and Shelley. They're going to help.
Oh.
We're going to seed. So everybody's going to find at least 10 things.
Yep. There are 2 other awesome ladies, by the way, since you mentioned them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can You Dig It?
They're
Yep.
awesome.
It's
They're
like a
awesome.
song. Can you dig it?
Since you mentioned, what nights do they stream? Is it Wednesday? There's so many streams I can't remember.
They're Thursday night at 8 o'clock.
That's right. They are Thursday. You're right. Yes.
Robbie streams Wednesday night at 7.
That's right. I was confusing them with the girly channels.
And Amanda Digger DeGaz is going to bring she said a box of donations for the Girl Scouts to come out swinging too. She rocks. She's one of the, everybody on here that you have tonight is just an amazing person. Yep. They're all awesome.
You just got an offer from Ram Detecting to hit them up. They'll send you some Civil War bullets.
Oh, Ram Detecting rocks, dude.
Yeah,
I'll email you on Facebook, dude.
Thank you. There you go.
Thank you, dude.
Awesome. There you go.
Awesome.
Bam. Awesome.
It's just amazing. I mean, so many people. Chris is donating. Can You Dig It? Look, I got like so many people. It's Ronnie from the Gold Digger, Mike Mallyman, Chris B3. He's up in here. He's here. Oh my goodness.
You got a question? Bracelets and necklaces? Like, are you looking for stuff like that, or just coins, like targets?
Yeah,
of any
stuff
kind?
like that. I could put in the gift bags. I mean,
okay.
If it can't go in the ground, I will have gift bags. I got this stuff here, that tote back there. That's all giveaway stuff.
Gotcha.
Madison, Maine, and Jason, North Jersey Detector. I got 2 of these from Madison, Maine.
Yeah.
He carved their.
I saw those. Those are cool. Very, very nice.
And the logo. So this I'm going to give to the Girl Scouts, not the kids.
You just got an offer from Swing for the Ring. That's our friend Ace. He's from Michigan.
Ace is the man.
He says he's got a pile of rings ready for you.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and he's crushing it. So
thank
you, Ace.
Well, feel free to email me at jerseyhistoryhunters@gmail.com if you want to get involved. But I would like, if anybody donates anything, include some of your stickers with your channel name, because we're going to drop them in the bags too. And you know what I hope most? I hope the kids have a great time, but I really hope it sparks a passion and we get another Squeak and Emily or something, or one of the kids, because it's the next generation, and that would just be perfect.
Starting them out with the ethics. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, definitely. The code of ethics I'm going to have printed out on cards and put that in the gift bag too, but I'm going to go over all of it, how to dig a plug, how to dig a hole. Everything. It's gonna be great. But I gotta make it fun because I'm a goofball. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna be silly and
yeah, I can tell a little bit of that action from like your pictures the other night, like you and KK. I mean, you guys look like you're having a fun time. Just you got ice cream. Was that today? I saw that.
We got ice cream without you, dude. We got that today.
Right? I was like, no. Was that today?
That was today.
I thought it was.
Yeah, she came to the show last night. We had a blast, so much fun. And then we went digging today. We found a bunch of buttons. And then we went and got ice cream. And then we talked about you too. We're going to.
That's cool, man. Definitely cool. So, Dustin, you're just kind of like.
I'm looking at the feed as you guys are talking.
Looks like I'm the talker of this show, boy.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Boy.
There's a lot going on.
I think I've been doing all the talking on this show.
Someone's asking if there's going to be this is relevant, but is there going to be ice cream that come out swinging?
I hope so.
Oh yes, there is going to be ice cream that come out.
Are you serious? For real?
There is.
I think there's an ice cream shop nearby. I was told. I don't know. I think Robert Thiessen was in
That's
here. I
how
don't know
I
if he
pick
is
what
anymore.
hotel I stay at.
That's great. Hey, there you go.
There it is.
Vinny said he would give you a gift card or two. It looks like that'd be sweet.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, Robert is in here. What's up, Robert?
Yeah. What's up, Robert?
So anyway, there are 3 classes with the Girl Scout, April,
Yep.
May, and June, and they want to do more now. So now they want to do a beach one and some other stuff. So I'm thinking I'm going to teach someone there how to do it too. So they could do it without me, you know? So they're going to get to keep the 5 detectors. So.
Right.
What part of Jersey are you from? What kind of, what are you looking at? A lot of colonial history where you're at?
Oh, yeah. We got a lot of colonial history around here and Revolutionary War. There's a lot of skirmishes around here. George Washington, there's signs everywhere. George Washington slept here.
What's the most historic thing you've found so far?
I've gotten a Civil War token. I've gotten a lot of Revolutionary War era buttons and musket balls and things like that. A lot of colonial stuff. Powder
Did you ever find
flask.
like an intact shoe buckle, like the 2-piece thing?
Yeah, shoe buckles, knee buckles.
Awesome.
I was just curious. I didn't know if you had something that, stood out that you were like, oh yeah, I got this,
Standard Revolutionary War things. I love it all. I'm more of a relic person than a coin person, although I love the coins. Don't get me wrong. But I love the relics. I love the research that goes into some relics. I might not know what they are because I don't know everything. I love the research. So it's all
You've been detecting for a pretty long time. Do you remember what year you started? I mean, just how many years you maybe been doing it now? I mean,
I don't remember much at my age, but I know it was late 80s.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh man.
So definitely some experience under your belt.
It's been a long time. I wasn't as passionate about it when I first started. It was a casual here and there. So if I say I've been detecting 35 years, I've only been passionate about it, like addicted, extreme for 5.
Yeah, that's crazy. And did I mention you were in this book as well?
No, you did not mention I was in this.
I don't. What page are you on?
How dare he?
It's alphabetical, Andy.
Man, that means I can't remember.
78.
So that's right. There again, another fine lady in the profiles book. Like I said, if you guys have not checked this book out, it is awesome. Definitely a good read. I mean, if you want to know a little bit about every person, not every person, and he's coming out with the profiles too, by the way. So hit up Chris. Yeah. If you're looking to maybe tell your story, in his book, hit him up because maybe you could also be in this book. So, but yeah.
He said he made it alphabetical, so he was first.
There you
go. You have to do it alphabetically because then if you don't, you're going to hurt someone's feelings or something. Yeah. That'd be bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't care where I am as long as I'm there.
As long as you're swinging.
Great.
How long have you played the guitar or your bass? Right?
Another thing, since the 80s.
Wow.
And your bass, right?
Yeah, I'm bass. Charlie's like, bring the bass to.
Bring the bass.
Bring it next weekend. I'm like, I really can't just hang out and jam on the bass. That's you need a guitar to go with it.
I think you need to get like a little bit of Flea in you.
Yeah.
Maybe get some like long dreads or something.
Yeah, I like to be
your manager,
chill bass player. I wrote a parody song, and it's called "I Love Digging Holes."
Ah,
yeah, it's to the music of you know, I love rock and roll, but
Yeah.
the song is I Love Digging Holes. I wrote a whole song and my singer sang it and recorded it for me.
I can get behind
John? John has a guitar. Is he coming along? And who is this John man?
That's Amanda's boyfriend.
Is Amanda going?
He's awesome. Yeah.
Is Amanda going to come out swinging?
Oh yeah. So she'll ask John if we could jam. All right, maybe
that would
we
be
will.
Pretty epic. I think you should think about it. Yeah.
Hey, I think we got Charlie in here. We got Charlie Harley in here. What's up, Charlie?
Charlie.
Charlie's the man. I talked to him a few times. I'll be staying at his house in the camper.
Awesome.
I am too. I'm snuggling in bed with him, and that's a separate video. Gotcha, Charlie.
Somebody wants to hear your intro, your song on the JHH intro sometime.
Oh yeah, then I get copyright strikes. I had a video up. I'm gonna redo it though.
What? It's your
own
song?
A copyright strike, but that don't matter. I don't care.
Yeah.
See, I always thought just once I'd like to take that music to Detectorist, the series, the TV series, and just start one of my videos off with it, knowing that, you know, I'll get dinged for copyright on it, but as long as I could still have it go through, I don't care if it ever gets copyrighted. I
would love to do something with this song, but even though I met Joan Jett and I've hung out with her and backstage and stuff, and she's really cool, but you know, that whole record company, they don't want to hear it.
Oh, sure. It's crazy.
I bet you got some stories.
Are you pretty much ready to go for next week? I mean, you don't have a super long drive, I guess, but I mean, it's going to be
it's only a couple hours. I mean, I haven't even started. I've been so busy, but I just grab the backpack and go, and Dawn and Shelly are driving, so.
Awesome. Take a nap.
Well, we have 77 thumbs up so far.
Oh wow, awesome!
77 you guys rock. Awesome people.
Yeah, that is awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
They rock. Yeah. They all rock in here.
Yep.
My man Robert's posting your link up. Like I said, if you guys in the chat, I know a lot of you have
your #1 band.
Oh, he is, man. He is the man. You even said it to me. You're like, man, that guy really likes you.
I said
he does. But
that's his
man,
Luke. Andy is his Luke.
Yeah, like Luke. They call me Luke because I look like Luke Bryan, apparently, which is not true at all.
Pictures are hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
Hollywood Joe's in now. What up, Hollywood?
Well, yeah, he is.
I love Hollywood Joe.
He's okay.
But
you know,
we'll be seeing him as well at Charlie's area.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Heck yeah. His nickname is Mr. Deerbutt.
Yeah. What's up with that?
It's a big old long story.
Maybe we'll hear about it.
Lake house. That's all I'm gonna say. Back at the lake house.
What happens at the lake house stays at the lake house.
That's right.
It's all Teresa's fault. That's all I'm saying.
Damn. A lot of crazy comments here. But so anything else you want to say, Audra? Anything you have coming up that you want to tell us about? I mean, a lot of good things happened to you this year, and I'm really happy for you. I mean, you're totally cool.
Yep.
I personally really appreciate you helping us out. You've answered some questions for me. I was not a newbie, and I still am a newbie by all means. I mean, this whole live streaming thing, you warned me. I mean, it can burn you out really quick. A lot of hours are spent. I mean, I know you do an awesome job with the thumbnails, the artwork. I mean, it takes a lot of time, you know, and I really can see that you spend a lot of time with it and you do an awesome job. And you kind of like, you know, help me out just to understand that it is a lot of work, you know, and if you want to be out there and you want to have a good channel and really do stuff for your, you know, your viewers, you got to be willing to put the time into it. So, but yeah, you definitely do that. And you do an awesome job on your channel as well.
Thanks.
Can't praise you enough for all the good stuff you've done for the community as well. So
thank you. I just like to help. I like to I like to do the work. It is a lot of work, but I enjoy it. I like to create the videos and the thumbnails and support the other channels, you know, but it does take a toll if you keep doing it and doing it and doing it.
Right.
Over the years, it could really catch up to you. So you got to take a break every now and then. And it's nothing bad about that, you know, just have fun. Just have
Right.
fun, enjoy every minute and help each other and share the love. That's basically it.
Oh yeah. Good deal. Hey, real quick, your shirt you're wearing there, do you have a store like if I tell everybody, I mean, if somebody wants to buy one of your shirts, let's say, is there a way they can find you or
Yeah, I have a link on in my about section in my YouTube.
okay.
It's on Teespring or Bonfire. But I like Teespring better.
Remember the night I hit you up, I was actually wearing your shirt. I got a shirt and I was like, man, this thing is like the most comfortable shirt I've ever wore. It's
like,
I don't know
you
what
gotta
it's made
get
out
the
of.
premium, not the comfort. You gotta get the premium.
She's got the good shirts, guys. So check her out if you're looking to get some of her gear.
Yeah,
definitely awesome.
And they're really cheap. I don't make any profit off any of that. It's just for fun.
Yeah, very good. So where are we at for time here? I mean, anything else, Dustin? You want to say anything to her before we send her off?
Andy did a great job on this one.
Well, thank you.
Everything that he said, I feel the same way. Just a lot of respect and admiration, and most props to you. As a musician, as a detectorist, as a human being, you know, good vibes. Good vibes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So join us on Tuesday night at 7. Yes. That's about it.
Yeah, if you're looking for a fun, good laughs, and she has guests. I mean, you have guests on as well. I mean, you guys mix it up. You know, you don't always do like we were doing topics, and we do whatever. It's nobody has a set plan. They just kind of do what they like to do and have fun with it.
Yeah, so it's nice to have a variety. You know,
exactly.
Just do different things. We just want to have fun.
Heck yeah.
Scuba Sonia's here. She's going to be a guest.
I saw that. What's up, Scuba Sonia?
Yeah.
And then we'll see you at Come Out Swinging as well. So that'll be a good time.
Yes. Everybody come say hi and take a selfie because I love to take selfies.
How do we do that? Like where no one feels snubbed, like on that 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. when everyone's like ready to go detect? How do you not like, what time do we got to get there? Like 6 a.m. to catch up with everyone ahead of time. So we can get our hellos and hugs, and then when the time comes, we can all go out and detect together, and no one will feel slighted.
Yeah, you could hang out the whole time. You're not going to dig every second. You can run into people and get together early and
bring some extra ice cream. You'll get some brownie points probably.
Yeah.
Hey, and don't forget your book. I know you got it by your side. Because you're going to want to get signatures from everybody. A lot of this. How many people are going that are in the book?
Oh, that's a great idea, Andy.
Like 25-ish last I heard.
It's not my idea. It was Chris's, because Chris came out with it. He actually signed the front for each one of us. Bring the book, everybody that's in here. For sure.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for having me, guys. It was awesome. A lot of fun.
Thanks for being on.
Awesome people here.
Yeah, keep on rocking, man. That was cool to see your show a little bit last night. I mean, Bobby did a little videos there and there. I was watching, and I know Dustin said he did as well. So that was pretty cool. You're very vast with like different hobbies, and it's cool. I mean, you got a different way of doing your thing. You know what I mean? You're not all about treasure hunting. There's a little bit of, we got a little bit of your story tonight. I mean, not your whole life story, but we know.
Yeah, you went over a lot tonight.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know you play guitar, and maybe if we're lucky, you'll bring it along for Come Out Swinging, and maybe we'll hear a little bit of bass action.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Can you do an intro for me? Like when I pull up, you can be like.
Awesome. Well, Audrey, we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, guys.
We'll see you real soon, and we'll get to know you a little bit more, and we'll grab some ice cream together, and we'll see what happens.
Sounds good. Have a great night, guys.
Hey, thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out.
Boom. All right. So, what you drinking on? Coffee there?
Yeah.
Somebody said I have a cup. It's like that Mr. Psy guy from the Duck Dynasty show or whatever. He has a clear cup like this.
What are you drinking? I know usually
water.
Sean Keller got something special in his cups.
He's always got something special.
Got you, Sean.
So we're running a little early, but that's fine because we don't need to be here all night long. But
Right,
no, I
right.
think that went well. I mean, she's totally awesome. I mean, I can't express how excited I am for this weekend. You know, coming up, it's just gonna be so awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be really cool. So it's I've been looking forward to it for a while. So it's gonna be good. But yeah, trying to think of anything else I can say here before we bring on our next lady friend. You don't know who it is, and don't say who it is, because I got something I want to do here. So let me see once. All right. So bear with me here because we got a million tabs of pictures. So how you feeling? You still?
Andy's live streams are like 4 hours. Chris.
Yeah, they're long.
Tonight, I'm on cold medicine. I'm on I can only go so long, and you guys are just going to see me go boom.
You're gonna conk out.
Yep.
So let me see if I can find this photo. So our next guest we're going to bring in, we're going to see if anybody can guess in the chat. While Dustin and I keep talking, we're going to put a picture up of this young treasure hunter. Well, in the picture, she's young anyway. Let's see if anybody. Yeah, let's see if any. I'm going to just let the chat roll for a little bit, Dustin, just to see if anybody can guess who this next guest is. She sent me this photo, and I guess it was really important to her that I showed this photo tonight. We'll get a little backstory here. See if anybody can guess who this next guest is. We'll just wait a little bit here and read some of the comments. Any guesses? Don't say it. You already know.
I forgot from what you showed me. I don't even remember it. I can tell by the face.
Scott is correct. Scott guessed it. Right there it is. Teresa, the treasure hunter, is going to be coming up. And we're going to actually bring her up right now. Everybody, welcome. And by the way, when I had Audra on the show there, when I was pulling up pictures, I think it was covering their face. So I apologize. I noticed that and somebody brought that up. So I'm trying to keep the pictures up for so long until I have to take them down. I feel like I need to rearrange some pictures here. But everybody, welcome Teresa, the treasure hunter. That is her in the picture. Bring her up right now. Here she is. And I got to get rid of
the yellow rose of Texas.
Hi.
What's going on, Teresa?
Hi, everybody.
So, Teresa, tell us a little bit about that photo to kick us off here.
I will. Okay. That is me. I was 6 years old, and my brother, his name was Johnny. And that is one of many, many treasure hunting things that we did. I don't know if you can see behind us. You see the little boy on the ground behind us kind of photobombing? Yeah, that was my Uncle David. And my uncle was actually 8 at the time. So he was only 2 years older than me. So my granny was having kids while my mama was having kids. So she had a lot of kids. But the reason why I put that picture on there was to just kind of explain to you that I've been a treasure hunter since I can't remember not hunting for treasure. And in that picture, my grandparents lived in East Texas, kind of deep East Texas, and there was a creek that ran for miles around their property. And me and my brother, my uncles, which were young, and my cousins, we would tromp through that creek from daylight to when the sun went down. And I was constantly looking for treasure. And you see that box in his hand. He was always looking for treasure too. We had so much fun together. And in that creek, gosh, we would find marbles and feathers and just little pieces of shiny glass and just, stuff that was fun for me to find. And I still to this day, I love getting in the creek or water. I like to get in the water. And so I did send you a couple more pictures of me in the water.
Yeah.
And anyway, that picture is very special to me because my brother there, Johnny, he passed away whenever we were in junior high. And so it's just a sweet picture for me. And I
Thanks
do.
for sharing that.
You're welcome. I wanted you to show that one. Well, because it shows me, I can't remember not searching for stuff, not looking for treasure. And my poor mama, she always had to dig out stuff in the laundry, out of my pockets that, it's probably junk to other people, but I loved. And so anything sparkly, just anything really. So anyway, I am Teresa. My name is Theresa Williams, and I am married. You might not know that because you won't see my husband on my Facebook or anything at all because of his job. He can't be on social media, but we have 3 kids, and they are 35, 34, and 25. And 2 boys, and then the girl was our last one. And I actually live in 2 places. I live in Texas, and I live in Wyoming. We have 2 homes. I'm originally from Texas, obviously, and that is my home and always will be. My family is all there and everything, but for my husband's job, we moved to Wyoming 15 years ago. And so I go back and forth from one house to the next a lot. And anyway, that's kind of a little bit about me, who I am, And
Dustin, I was just saying, Dustin, you want to ask her a few questions? Maybe. I mean, I'll let you take this one away. I mean,
when you started, what were some of the items that kept you going that you were finding as a child, you and your brother? Like, were you finding arrowheads? Something had to keep you going. You had to find some things, you know what I mean, to keep the interest peaked.
I did find things. I found a lot of things, but I just think it's in my heart. I think I was born to treasure hunt. I don't know. Maybe I'm a pirate. I'm a girl pirate. I don't know, but I don't know. Like I said, even feathers, just stuff in the creek that's floating was in the creek, and one of my favorite things. I was going to skip way further into that. Was last October, I got to go to dig stock. And after dig stock, which I love dig stock, and I have a lot of dig stock stories, but after dig stock, I was so fortunate to be able to go with Charlie Harley, who's the Heritage Relic Hunter, back to Berks County, Pennsylvania, which is where all of you guys are going to be next week. I'm so jealous. Next weekend, right? This next weekend, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I wish I could be there so bad. I was going to go, but I couldn't. I had something come up. But anyway, he has a river. It's called the Manitowani Creek, and he has a river really just runs right through there. And Charlie and I spent a lot of time in that river because he knew I liked to get in the water, and evidently not everybody else that he hunts with, does water. So that is where I found my favorite, my very, very favorite find. Was in that Manitowani Creek in Berks County, Pennsylvania, Douglasville, Pennsylvania. And I'm going to show it to you.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to pull you up big screen so everybody can see it better.
Okay.
That shoe buckle.
That is a 1700s shoe buckle. You can't tell the fancy on it very well.
Yeah, I see
but
it. Though,
I found that in that creek right behind Ben Franklin's paper mill. And so I was just like, well, actually, I didn't even know what I had until I brought it to Charlie and said, look what I found. And he was just like, wow, you found a shoe buckle. And he explained to me it was a Pilgrim's, and it goes on the top of those black patent shoes,
Yeah.
And so, can you see the little? It had a thing through there. That anyway. I am actually in that book that you were talking about a while ago. I'll show you, and that's one of the pictures right there. There's my shoe buckle in there. Yeah, And
we got
there it is. So anyway, I do love getting in the creeks, but I hunt for treasure, and I think things are treasure that a lot of people don't. I think people are treasure. I think, of course, everybody probably thinks that, but anything that is near to my heart is treasure, and then just cool things. I love to go to cemeteries. I love history. I like magnet fishing. Gosh, what else? I just anything that's treasure hunting. I'm game. You just invite me and I'll come. And I do love to travel, and I'm fortunate enough that I get to travel. So I've been to several metal detecting events, and my first one was Oklahoma. I went to the Red Dirt Treasure Shootout, and that was really fun. And that's where I actually met Charlie. It's kind of a weird thing that I met Charlie there over a year ago, and because of that, I went to Digstock, and because of Digstock, I met a bunch of people. Because of that, I went to Florida Hunt 8 and met more people, and it just goes on and on. And I am so fortunate to get to meet all. And I hope I was planning on come out swinging, but my daughter Cassie is getting married on Saturday, April the 2nd, which is the same day. So I probably shouldn't miss her wedding to go to a metal detecting event. I don't think that my family would understand because they're not into it. I am.
Will you be coming in for dirt digging PA?
I don't know. What is that?
Oh, that's another good one. It's not a natural hunt though; it's a seated hunt, but it's group activities. There's they have killer prizes, multiple detectors given away, raffles.
Where is that?
That is in Cameron County.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like upper Pennsylvania, like almost by the New York border.
What's the date?
That is in May. I think that is May 20th, 21st, or 21st and 22nd. I don't know if Ken or Wendy you're here, but
Andy, what are you doing?
Yeah,
I just got a huge super sticker. Not to interrupt you, but
holy cow,
crazy.
you did, Matt.
Matt F, man, holy crap, Matt! Thanks, man. That's crazy.
You made Andy
$4.99.
You might have messed up, Matt. I don't hope. Oh man, that's crazy. Thanks again, Matt. That's awesome.
Wow, that's awesome.
Matt's new. He's a new guy. So Matt, welcome aboard to the channel. I think he just subscribed to me today. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but man, that's crazy. I never got any super chats.
Welcome, Matt.
Yeah,
Matt's like one of the.
I could get paid one of these days.
I'll take you out one day. That's cool, man.
Yeah, metal detecting isn't a business. Well, for some people, I guess it is. I know one of my friends is doing pretty good at it.
Yeah, I got one that's doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
Teresa, real quick, Teresa. I mean, I see your pictures. So each guest tonight, I kind of breeze through. You have a YouTube channel, and I can just see you've met tons of people doing this. I mean, you of all people, I'm sure you can tell us stories of all. I mean, you probably met most of the ladies that are on the show tonight, I'm guessing.
I know. I know them all through YouTube, but I've met everybody personally except Deej, and I'm looking forward to meeting her. I love her videos, especially that paranormal one and any Gettysburg and anything in the creek. The bottle digging. I'm looking forward to meeting her. I wish so bad that I could be there, but I'll be coming to something.
Oh, we'll get you. You'll be down at some point.
Yeah. But yes, I actually the first thing that I went to was Oklahoma, the Red Dirt Treasure Shootout, and that's where I met Gypsy. And before I ever went, I just texted her and said, "Hey, I'm going. I'm going to get a cabin. You want to stay with me?" And she's brave because she didn't know me, and she said, "Sure." So we stayed together, and we really got along well. She's so sweet, so special, and we had a lot of fun digging together and just staying there. We stayed up one night. I brought a bottle of wine because you're gonna realize I really like wine. But I brought a nice bottle of wine, and me and Gypsy stayed up way late just talking and talking, and she's really special. So anyway, I met her there, and that's where, like I said, I met the quarter hoarder gang, and I just and Mark Duncan, Ram Detecting. I met him there. Gosh, so many. I met so many people there. Hey, Mark. It was so hot. It was so hot. But while I was there, Charlie said, "Hey, you girls," which was me and Gypsy and Zola. We were all staying together. But he said you should come to Dickstock. And so I like, where, when, what, you know. So we ended up going to that. And when I went to Pennsylvania, I actually got to hunt with the quarter hoarder guys, which was that's pretty special, I think. I had a great time. And I have this little button is my favorite thing that I found while I was hunting with them.
I'll pull you up big again.
All right, you're not gonna be able to see it very good because it's hard to see.
Yeah.
Service or no, it's not. That's
is the eagle on it?
Well, let me see if I'm holding it right. Oh, okay, I'm gonna hold it right now.
Yeah, we're just guessing.
Yeah, see that eagle? Can you see?
I'd say it looks like an eagle to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the top of his head right there, and there is actually an eye. Like I do backwards on here in the middle of his shield, and then the back of it is what they call convex. Yeah. And Jason said that this was it might be older than Civil War because of the convex part of the button. Anyway, I found that while I was hunting with the quarter hoarder gang. That was really fun. So I looked at and I just think those guys are so awesome, and I've made really good friends. My favorite part of the metal detecting community or the metal detecting world is the friends. It's like a family, and I really, really love that.
That's cool.
I just made so many neat friends. I have lots. I could go on and on and on, but I'll tell you a couple other things about me, and then I know you got to move on. But
you got time.
The treasure hunting thing about me is probably a lot of you have heard of Forrest Fenn and his treasure. Yeah. Do you guys know about Forrest Fenn?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I live in Wyoming, and so I studied, thinking I might be able to figure out where that was. And I actually went and hunted for Forrest Fenn's treasure. And I went to Cody, Wyoming, and I went past it almost to the east entrance of Cody, to the east entrance of Yellowstone, and went back in the back there. I was staying at this place called the Bill Cody Ranch. And back in there, I was thinking that might be where it is, because that had been there a long time. And Forrest Fenn's family had stayed somewhere there. Anyway, I had all these ideas, but I didn't find it. But anyway, somebody did find it, and they did find it in Wyoming, but they won't say where. So that is one.
People died searching for that,
yes.
as I recall.
Yes,
I guess the authorities were a little mad, but it was like.
You're correct, but they shouldn't have, because when he hid his treasure, he was a 70-something-year-old man with cancer, and he kept giving clues, and he said he walked to it. And so the people that were hanging off things and falling, and they should have known that it has to be somewhere where a 70-something-year-old man could walk to and hide it. But anyway, that's one treasure. And then if you see on my I'll show you on the profiles. Hey Chris, thank you for including me in your book. This picture right here, I'm up on a high hill in Texas, and it's a place where Jesse James was one of his places that he was, and a lot of that stuff there is sandstone, and I have pictures of people would write things in the sandstone rock, and so it says Jesse James, Frank James, and the date, and then Jim Younger and a date, and different things like that. So I was looking for one of Jesse James' not treasures, but he robbed trains and stuff, and he'd hide stuff. And I Where is it? I found an underwear button. I can't find it right there. Oh, here it is, right here. I'll show you. And let's see. Can you see that? It's just a little underwear button. It's metal.
Yeah.
But I found that while I was up on that high hill, and that's also right there in my book.
Okay, cool.
Because that's one of my favorite things that I found too.
Awesome.
Hunting.
Thanks for talking about that, because it kind of relates your story a little bit better to people watching. If they do get the book, they kind of got it firsthand, from you. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I just so intrigued, and I watch YouTube constantly for treasures and treasure hunting things and history things. I'm very, very interested in Gettysburg. I hope next time I come up there, I'm going to go to Gettysburg. I plan on coming back. Charlie said next October, even if they don't do dig stock in the fall, I'm still going to come up there and hang out with him and Judy and stuff. But anyway,
I'm only about 35 minutes away from Gettysburg. So if you come down here, let me know.
Okay, I will. And then also Shane. Do y'all know Shane? That's the blind treasure hunter.
Yeah.
See It My Way, Shane. He lives close by.
Just on Larry's show.
Yeah. I love Larry. Larry was probably my very first Facebook friend in the metal detecting world several years ago, and he taught me a lot. Just to how to work my machine and things. He has a lot of good videos on the Knox. I have the Knox. I also have Apex, and my very first machine was a White's. What is that thing called? It was an MXT 950, something like that. That was my first machine. I got that. Oh my gosh, probably 10 or 11 years ago from my family for Mother's Day, because they knew I liked treasure hunting. And but recently I got the Legend, and I've taken that Legend out for 3 times, maybe 4 times now, and I'm really, really liking it.
Yeah,
liking it a lot. Yeah.
Not many people got those yet. I guess they're still receiving them. I guess.
I think a lot have now.
Oh, have
the
they?
Legend, yeah. I think the Legend and the Deus too, that they're starting to come in. Yeah, I think it seems like to me I'm seeing a lot of those. I know my friend Brian, that's You're Digging It. He got his, and he lives up there where you guys live, and he's found some really cool stuff with his. My problem is in Wyoming where I live, I can't find the stuff that you can find. I mean, I can find, I might find an Indian head penny. I find Wheeze. I just can't. I can't find. What are you doing?
I was waving at somebody.
You're saying hi to somebody. I just can't find stuff that like this. This is one of my other favorite finds.
Nice. 3-ringer.
I'm going to tell you about that. You can get it right there.
Tell me about that, sis.
Y'all don't make fun of me. This, if you've never held a lead Civil War 3-ringer bullet or any of those bullets, it is so heavy. It's amazing how heavy it is. And I dug this at Dig Stock. And when I dug it, I just stood there and looked at it and held it and thought about it for a really long time, thinking about, I was in this big old field where there was supposed to be a camp there. And I just thought, what it must have been like to be there and to have to shoot this bullet at people.
Yeah, what it would feel like to get hit by one too.
How horrible to shoot it, and how horrible to be hit by it, And I've studied a lot about it. And did you know that, y'all probably already know this, but when this thing comes out, it goes like this. And I also dug this instead of this, which just shoots.
Yeah.
That's my musket ball that I dug. I'm loving these things. Anyway, when they invented this, it changed the Civil War. It changed the war because this could go so much further, so much faster, and hit so much harder, And so anyway, it was just very surreal to me to hold this bullet and think, where did it come from? Who held it? Who dropped it? You know? So
That's the
anyway.
most fun about the hobby is like
Yep.
when you dig up an old coin or something, you're the first person to touch that thing since, I mean, who knows when? I mean,
a lot of years. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best part
for sure. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Nice cup you got there.
Thank you. You want to see it? I've been sticking stickers on there.
That's great.
You see who's on there? I bet some of these people here. That's Joe Copperhead.
Yeah.
Met him at Digstock and at Florida. And that's Scuba Sonia. And this is Squeak. I hung out with Squeak a lot in Florida. And oh my gosh, I love that girl. She's so precious.
Yeah.
And she is much better metal detector than me. She taught me so much stuff. Her little Knox is so cute. It is tricked out. Anyway, what else do I have? I got metal detecting with Randy. Let me see what else I got. I got Dawn, the Relic Reaper, and Larry from Sodbusters. And that is David and Laura Chumley. Y'all know them? He's a very, very good. That's a really sweet story. Let me see what else. Awesome. There's my baby right there. My friend Charlie took good care of me at Digstock. And that's Gypsy. You guys seen Gypsy's new sticker?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cool. That's her face. It's hard to see on there.
Right.
What else is on here? There's Amanda's and Swifty and Randy. There's a bunch. And if I have your sticker, I would have stuck it on there. Anyway, there's a bunch on there. But yeah, I do like that. I got to figure out what to do with all my stickers. But anyway, I love metal detecting, and I really, really appreciate you inviting me to come on your show and tell my story. One more thing I got to say before you move on. Today is my daddy's 80th birthday.
Oh.
And I want to tell my daddy happy birthday, and I love him so, so much. He is my hero. He's just so precious to me. I am 58 years old, and I'll still sit in my daddy's lap. So anyway, I wanted to tell him happy birthday,
sir. Happy birthday.
Yes. His name is Johnny. Oh, one more thing. My daddy is very, very, and has been for a long time, very active in the Masons. And so the main thing I would love to find is anything that's Mason, anything that's, or the Knights Templar, or anything like that, because he is very involved in that. And he still goes every week with his friends, or they're his brothers, really. So anyway, that's my white whale thing, is to find something that's Mason. So happy birthday, Daddy. I love you. What?
Later in the stream, we'll be talking to someone who will have some firsthand knowledge of Masons and Knights Templar and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So that stuff fascinates me.
I saw that they found some Masons cufflinks at the Digstock in North Carolina this past week. I was just like, oh, I should have gone to that, but I couldn't. So anyway, I am so glad to be invited and included on your show. Thank you, Andy and Dustin. And
Teresa, real quick, you also have a YouTube channel. I know you still make videos once in a while, right?
But every once in a while. I'm not real good on YouTube. I don't know really how. I'm not all that tech savvy. But I put one on there yesterday or day before. But there's no intro, there's no outro, there's no music. It's just me I try to do iMovie and putting some things together. But yes, I do have that. And but the main thing that I do is Facebook. I have a Facebook group page, and I also have TikTok. I'm on Instagram too, and I don't do much on it, but TikTok and Facebook, Teresa the Treasure Hunter is my name on my Facebook and on my YouTube and on my TikTok, and on my I think on my Instagram it's just Theresa Williams. It might be Theresa K. Williams. I don't remember what it is, but anyway, I'm on Instagram too, but I don't do much with it either. It's Facebook, TikTok is the main things of that. And I have a lot of awesome people that post cool stuff. And you want to join it. And I'm glad for you to post your YouTube things and post your stuff. So,
thank you so
I'm
much.
all about just celebrating the community and sharing, and it's like a family to me. I love this metal detecting family.
Well, we love you too.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully we get to meet, right? I mean, I'm sure one
Soon,
of the events.
yeah, at least October. I would think if I go to Gettysburg, I'll see if I can get y'all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Charlie just said Teresa does TikTok. Charlie was so good for me at Dig Stock. He just introduced me to so many people, and when I went to his house, I'm looking to see what that is. Oh, flash in your pan. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed, for putting my channel on there. Another thing. I'm gonna do this one more third thing. When I went to Pennsylvania, Charlie, he's known by everybody, and he took me over to the next county, which is Lancaster County. And that is where the Amish people, the Amish people are everywhere there, but that's very well known for the Amish people. And I got to meet so many people. We got to hunt on somebody's property. And there was this man and this lady, I can't remember their names right this second, but they invited us into their home, and we got to, she shared lemonade with us. She picked a radish out of her garden, and we just chomped on those white radishes with hot, like horseradish hot. Anyway, that was a great memory for me. So if you ever can, you need to go to Lancaster County, and that is such a neat thing. Okay, I know you got to move on. Thank you again. Thank you guys. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Like I said, guys, if you have not checked out her YouTube, Facebook, or TikTok, give her a look. I'm sure. She's an awesome lady, and she's got some good material. She just does it for the right reasons. She's awesome, and you can tell she's really outdoorsy and just real down to earth lady. So we appreciate you coming on the show, and wish you the best in your next adventures. And hopefully Dustin and I get to meet you sometime as well.
Yeah, soon.
I will look you up when I'm close, and anybody else too. Thank you so much.
Again.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
She could put me in a trance with that voice. When she was telling me, just so easy to listen to. When she was talking, I was just like, kind of like floating on the words,
It's all good.
People. Good people.
Teresa's cool, man. She's really cool. So moving right along, we're a little ahead schedule, but that's, like I said, it's not a problem. I know you're feeling stuffy, and you're like,
yeah. Can you tell?
You look like how I looked in your last video on your YouTube channel. How I was just like, people were commenting. They're like, he doesn't look like he's having a good time. It's because I just felt like crap. But yeah.
I soldier on for you, Andy.
Right.
I soldier on.
All right. Well.
Yeah, it's getting deep.
So our next guest, I'll be honest with you, like, she does live streams. I get to check them out once in a while, but her schedule is a little different than mine. But she's a veteran when it comes to detectorist. Very vast on just what she does. Hey, where you going? But no, guys, camping. I got into camping last year. She's a metal detectorist, a bottle digger, magnet fisher. Her videos, I checked them out. She does a little bit of everything. It's a woman of all trades, it sounds like. So I'm definitely interested in talking to our next guest because honestly, Dustin, I don't really know much about her 100% like some of the other ladies. And she probably has, it looks like to me, almost more experience than a lot of these ladies. And has been around the treasure world forever. So it's definitely cool to have her on. Should we just bring her in?
Yeah, I want to hear some stories.
She's got she's got extra time if she wants to chat a little bit extra. If not, that's fine.
Supernatural, paranormal.
Yeah, she's into that too.
I want to hear it.
All right. Well, no further ado. Let's bring in Digging with Deej, guys. You can find her on YouTube. Her YouTube channel is called Digging with Deej. We'll talk about that a little bit, but let's just bring her in and get right to it. So,
hi guys.
Hey Deej, welcome to the show.
I had to switch to my phone because My internet was acting up,
Yeah.
but now I can barely hear you guys.
Now you sound good to us, Deej, and your picture's not blinking out in and out like before.
Yeah.
You have headphones? You have headphones? If you do,
I
you
do
can
upstairs, not down
take your
here.
time, Deej. If you need to grab them, go grab them. If you need to
we
get
can
them,
bounce you out for a second.
Why don't you take me out for a second and then talk to your guest, and I'll go get my earphones.
you got it. Take your time, Deej. We got plenty of time.
Yeah, I think
All
it's
right.
worth the wait for sure.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, she's got so much under her belt when it comes to treasure hunting. It's a lot to hear, I think, and I'd rather be able to her hear us as well. So,
Andy, this is a perfect time for Bam Orlando. I seen you, brother, earlier.
Bam.
Yeah, if you guys say hi to us, give us, little things that, we do and all. If we don't do it while we're interviewing, it's just out of respect for the guest. If you guys are saying hi and stuff, and we don't want to interrupt the guest as much. They took time out of their schedule, but as soon as they get off, bam, I will act the fool. So there you go.
Yeah, you guys are awesome for joining the chat. We appreciate all the thumbs up and all the love. I mean, it's definitely awesome. But yeah, the chat goes so fast to read them all. I mean, I try to click on ones that kind of stand out, or just, anybody just has a good comment or question, we try to click on them. So,
did you see what Robert just posted?
Robert.
I mean, he's right on. I do think he's correct. To be honest, yes, I am his mentor.
Mentor.
His life coach, and phone pal.
Right. we got Deej back. It looks like she's getting ready. I can see her in the background. Give us a thumbs up if you're ready, Deej.
Thanks, Robert.
Okay, I see the thumbs up. So let's bring Deej back in, everybody. Welcome, Deej. Let's hear more of her story, and here she comes.
The best laid plans of mice and men, folks.
Can you hear
Started
us okay?
out on my computer, on my laptop. The cable went down, so I ran up and got my phone and connected with my phone.
Gotcha. No, you sound all right. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, we're good to go.
So, oh man. So I'm going to start out a little bit, and then maybe Dustin and I'll take turns on this one. I mean, you've been hunting for a long time. I mean, I watched your videos. I think you got like 4,000, 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I mean, you have quite
4,200, I think it is. A little over 4,200.
And you do it all, right? I mean, you magnet fish, you detect. I mean, camping is awesome. I mean, I saw you do some of that as well.
Well, I started the SUV camping last year because, coming out of the pandemic, all the hotels, their prices were like double what they were before. Because I understand they had to try to make up the difference to stay in business. Well, I can't afford $250 a night.
Yeah.
And I was doing collaborations that were in tourist towns. So that's why it was so much higher. So it seemed like the perfect thing. Metal Pirate Girl gave me the idea of doing SUV camping.
Well, that's cool.
But yeah, I've been metal detecting on and off, mostly on, since the fall of 2009 is when I first started. But I started treasure hunting as a kid.
Just like Teresa did. Yep.
Yeah. I grew up in a suburb of Detroit, and my parents bought an old dilapidated cabin and completely redid it. And there was nothing but fields and woods all around us. It was on a lake and I would explore through the woods and would find old dumps. And I remember my mom talking to her dad on the phone across the state saying, I don't know what is with her, but she likes digging in dumps. And my grandfather said, well, ever come stay with us for a week this summer? We've got an old family dump with family heirlooms in it, I'm sure. And that's where I dug some of my clay pipes.
Awesome.
I got hooked. That's where I got hooked. I mean,
nice.
In the woods, the dumps in the woods near our cabin, we find pop bottles and things like that. But I wasn't finding cork tops and, you know. This is my prized possession, though, from a 3-generation
Oh, wow.
family
nice.
dump. And it was in really bad shape. I mean, it's got some little dents in the kerosene reservoir and that. But my dad sent it. My dad was a machinist, and he sent it to be replated. So that's why it looks so much better. But it didn't look this good at one time.
Wow. That's cool.
So, no, I wanted to metal detect as a kid. Radio Shack came out with the metal detector, and I asked for it for either my birthday or Christmas, which are real close together.
The Tandy.
And my dad said, that's a boy's hobby. That's for boys. Girls don't do that. Which later on, they realized I was a tomboy. Later on, I was encouraged to do like powder puff football and stuff like that. They backed me up when I tried to get a powder puff football team started and that. But that's how I got started. Then my great aunt, who was born in the 1800s, lived to be 94. I think I was 19, and she saw the interest I had in history and family history because I was starting to work on genealogy, and she transferred over. I am now the family historian for my mother's side of the family, and have been for 40 years now, 40, 50 years, something like that. So that's how I got started. But I didn't actually get started metal detecting. That's how I got started treasure hunting. In 2009, I was dating a guy, Rich, who he came to me and he goes, I know we had a date for this Saturday, but I forgot. I'm supposed to go metal detecting with my buddies. And I said, oh, really? Can I go? I've always wanted to try that. He goes, really? I said, oh, yeah. Always wanted to try metal detecting. They took me to the site of a German grocery store that used to be there in this field. And I kept finding these tiny little German 1 pfennig coins. And I was hooked. That's all it took. I was hooked. Shortly after I learned, the following spring, a year later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I remember Rich saying, don't worry, it's just another bump in the road. You got to look at it that way. I got done with my treatment and survived. And 6 months after my treatment was over, he dropped dead of a heart attack.
Wow.
So I always used his machines. I didn't have my own machine. And I had a few years of grieving. We were supposed to get married. So it took some time. And then my boys asked me, I think it was 2015 or 16. My boys asked me and they said, Mom, what do you want for Christmas? I said, I want a metal detector. What do you want one of those for? I've always wanted a metal detector. I used to metal detect with Rich. It's good exercise. It'll keep me active. So they got me my first detector. And my son said, Mom, when I started sending him pictures of what I was finding, he's like, Mom, you're finding good stuff. You need to have a YouTube channel. I said, yeah. I didn't even know what YouTube was. I wasn't tech savvy. And through help of friends and family, I built a YouTube channel and never dreamed that it would end up I was thrilled to get my first 100 subscribers. I was shocked that people wanted to watch me dig in the dirt.
Yeah. I mean, your channel's rocking it, man. I was watching some videos and I was like, man, I should have been watching her. There's just so many channels to watch, and it's like
it is. It's hard to keep up with everybody.
I started watching yours and I was like, hey, she's got some pretty good stuff. So I'll check out some more for sure.
Tell us a little bit about the paranormal videos
There you
you
go.
have out there.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking for.
Well, I started my channel mainly because I had a very aggressive breast cancer, and who knows, it could always come back, you know. So that there would be something for my grandchildren to watch and my kids when they miss me. That was the whole purpose. And then the second purpose of starting my channel was I wasn't seeing enough content on entry-level machines.
Yeah.
And I'm a person that lives within my means. You know, I get a Social Security check. I live on that. And I felt there's got to be other people in the same boat as me. And that's when I started it. Well, I have friends that live in the path of an 1800s tornado that went, I think it was 43 miles. It was on the ground in the 1800s. And that's where I started door knocking. So most of my permissions are in a trek of this 1800s tornado. Well, I have a cellar hole permission, and I went to dig in the cellar hole. You know, it was a hot summer day, and the cellar hole is always really cool. And I got there, and I discovered that somebody had been digging without permission. So I had a friend come help me, and we set up trail cameras to try to catch who the perpetrator was. And when we did that, I caught something weird that I couldn't explain. This cellar hole sits at the top of a big hill. The nearest road is at least 800 feet away. And it's down below. I mean, this is way above the road. So, you know, we tried everything to debunk it. I couldn't figure it out. So I did a video asking people what they thought. I think I put it out in the month of December.
Yeah,
and it was February or March. I get up, I'm drinking my coffee, having breakfast. I bring up, you know, I check my YouTube, and it says one of your videos has more views than any of the other videos. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And I clicked on it, and I literally could see the numbers rising, the views. I mean, real time. I was like, what in the world? I mean, it was months after the fact. Before that video went viral, I was within 40 hours of being monetized. Wow. And after one day of that video going viral, I was monetized.
That's crazy. I never heard a story like that, but I mean, it's very possible, and that's all it takes.
Yeah. So I have had some strange experiences and found some strange things on permissions, because 90% of my permissions are in the path of this tornado. So I found a really creepy jar in a farm dump that is in the path of that tornado, and that with really morbid newspaper clippings in it. And then ended up in the hospital afterwards. I don't know if it had anything to do with it or not. I kept it outside my house, but I took it back and reburied it. So I do believe in things you can't explain. I do believe there is another plane of existence after we pass. I've been brought up to believe there's life after death.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have had a few experiences, so that's why I feel, and I've been doing some live streams, had some guests, some professional ghost hunters, if that's what you want to call them. But I prefer people that do it the right way.
Right.
I prefer people that have permission, that don't do it for money. Because ever since going through cancer treatment, I tried to surround myself with positive people. I was in a really negative relationship prior to meeting Rich, and I truly believe that had something to do with my cancer coming on.
Right.
So that's why Audra and I, because Audra's a survivor too. And we both feel the same way. You have to surround yourself with positivity.
Yep.
So,
Agreed.
Yeah, that video, back to your video you're talking about, like I watched that today actually. And you had like tons of animals. Like, are you an animal lover? I mean, it's like,
oh
I
yeah,
think-
oh yeah. That's like an animal superhighway, and I can't figure out
Whoa.
why. The nearest stream is a mile away from there.
wow.
The only berry bushes on that parcel are down at the bottom of the hill by the road. So I don't know why there's so much wild. I mean, the cats are wild cats. For all I know, they could belong to one of the neighbors. Who knows?
Right.
But yeah, lots of wildlife for sure.
So so you're affiliated with Technetics as well, it looks like. I mean, tell us.
Yes,
a little
I'm
bit about
sponsored by Technetics. I
Okay.
am a Technetics ambassador. I'm the one that referred Technetics to Audra
that. Okay.
and that. And I started out with a Garrett Ace 400. It's a good machine. I have nothing bad to say about it. But I had a permission of a farm field that was so infested, I mean infested with iron, that it was nulling out my Ace 400.
Wow.
It just couldn't keep up with so many targets. So I did some research. I ended up ordering the Technetics T2 Plus so that I could ground balance and I could filter out, because it's good at getting around the iron.
Mhm.
And I took that machine in there and I pulled a silver, what was it, silver earring or something like that. So, but yeah, it's a great machine.
Awesome. What
That's my go-to. That's my favorite. For parks, I love the Delta 4000. It's my popcorn clad machine in the parks. So,
awesome.
Are you doing any prospecting?
last year, Don of Detection Connection and I went to Flash Bash, and we also went to the Ohio Gold Rush Days.
Okay.
And that we were guests of Flash in Your Pan, both places.
Okay.
And we are going back this year to Flash Bash. So we did some river sluicing. I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard work when you're trying to get your concentrates, sift the big rocks out. But once you're sitting down and putting your actual concentrates into your river sluice, it's very peaceful being on the river. Very calm and relaxing. So yeah, I love it. Another form of treasure hunting.
That's one thing I haven't done yet, but I'm very interested in.
Oh yeah. I highly recommend giving it a try. I really do. And that. I have magnet fished for a couple of years, but I didn't realize there were magnet fishing channels on YouTube until last year when one was suggested to me by YouTube. And then I found out about the big event in Detroit last year and went to that. And lo and behold, I pulled a gun out of the Detroit River.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah. Well, it was funny because my boyfriend, Jackson, he says, well, what do you want to find in Detroit? I said, a gun. He goes, you're not going to find a gun. And then I came home and showed him the pictures. I pulled a very fresh 38 special out of the Detroit River with the 300 pull magnet, a little magnet. I let my grandson use the new magnet, and I used the old one. And that, but we found some cool stuff.
What's your best find so far? What find and everything you've got?
My best find is the Grand Army of the Republic pin top.
That in the picture, yeah.
That was on my bucket list, and I had many, many people tell me, you're never going to find that. That's such an unusual item. I said, because my great-great-grandfather was in the Civil War.
Right.
And I have a picture of him wearing a GAR pin. and he had a GAR hat pin on his hat as well. And yeah, I was over the moon to dig my top relic bucket lister.
Oh wow, that's awesome. That is a good find. I saw that. It was like, oh, that's really neat.
Yep. And my oldest coin to date is an 1831 large cent, which I dug with the T2 last fall. The same day I got the new coil in the mail. First Texas has come out with a 12 coil double D. Super light coil, even lighter than the stock coil. I got it in the mail. I videoed the unboxing and I said, you know what? I got to try this out before the ground freezes. Went back into my home site of tragedy field and dug my oldest large cent.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So it's not the prettiest one, but hey, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
The prettiest one I dug was at the property down the road from the home site of tragedy. And they've let me dig on their property for so many years. I said, is there anything you want? She goes, we want the first big penny you dig. I said, cool, I can do that. I dug the most beautiful large cent. Late last summer. It came out of the ground, super green, but I mean, so much detail. I think it was 1844 or something like that. And gave it to her, and she couldn't believe it. She goes, oh my gosh, that's so heavy. And it's like, and my digging partner, Pam, got to see her first large cent.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a great story. Yeah.
Hey, Dustin, real quick, Dustin brought up a question to me. Remember the question you asked me about being a female in the detecting community, Dustin? Ask her about that. Remember you asked me about that?
I can't see the chat, so you're going to have to tell me his question.
Has that been anything of a struggle for you when you got started getting into detecting and treasure hunting? You know,
it wasn't any problem with other treasure hunters. Had a little bit of trouble on YouTube with really lewd comments, stuff like that, but I did some work on what's allowed on my channel, what's not, and got rid of most of that. Right. But I did have a situation. I'm retired now, but when I was working, someone came to my work. How they figured out where I worked, I have no idea. I've never said where I worked, ever. Somebody came to my work. Now, the only people that call me Deej are good friends and family.
Right.
Somebody came to my work asking for Deej. My boss knew it was me only because he watches my videos. But this guy, he calls me in his office and he says, there's somebody here asking for Deej. I said, what? Nobody around here calls me by my nickname.
Yeah.
Other than my family. And he goes, look, he had a two-way glass in his office. And I looked into the lobby and I said, I have no idea who that is. And so then both my bosses were brothers, and they're both like 6 foot and taller. They walk out with me in between them, and I stayed behind the counter and I said, can I help you? Oh, Deej, I've always wanted to meet you. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't know you. Oh, I drove all the way from Alpena to see you. They drove 4 hours to come and see me. And I said, I'm sorry, I am at work right now. You didn't contact me ahead of time. This is really not proper. Well, can I have lunch with you? I said, I've already had my lunch. I'm at work. This is going to have to, this isn't right. This isn't proper.
Yeah.
And then he got nasty and said, well, when do you get off work? And I said, I'm sorry, but that's none of your business. He sat out in the parking lot, refused to leave. My bosses had to call the sheriff. And they come in and they already know me because one of them lives kitty corner across the street from me. And he goes, "What do you want me to do?" I said, "I don't think he realized what he was doing was stalking, but
Yeah.
so I don't want him to get in bad trouble, but you guys need to clue him in that this was not right. This is not proper."
Right.
But it
right.
was scary. That was scary.
Wow.
You know, to have somebody show up at my work. How he figured out where I worked, I have no idea.
Well,
Good Lord.
that's weird.
So yeah, that aspect of it can be scary. Yes.
Creepy
And
stuff.
that's why I don't go by my real name on YouTube. Because I've already had a bad scare like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a while to remember what your real name was because that to find you.
Right. Right.
I was like, oh.
Hey, we got 100 likes in on the nose.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, congratulations.
Very cool.
Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Dean, do you do a lot of camping? I mean, let me ask you about that. Do you travel a lot to different events?
I have been to the Toronto event, was the first one I went to. I've been to Digstock 2 years ago, I think it was.
Awesome.
The Adirondack, I forget. I don't know. It's the Pound the Ground is the one I was at too, not Digstock. Pound the Ground, Adirondack Coast. I went to that event. That was fabulous. I think at the time that year was the largest number of people ever to attend an event, over 1,000.
Wow.
In that. I don't know how many events I'm going to go to this year. My digging buddy's in the hospital right now. She's been battling cancer. I'm supposed to have surgery tomorrow. But I do plan on going to Flash Bash with Don of Detection Connection. We've already bought our tickets to that. I do plan on going to the magnet fishing event in Detroit. I believe that's going to be June or July. My other sponsor, Michigan Metal Detectives, is having an event in mid-June. I will be at that. That'll be in Michigan. And if all goes good, if I can swing it, I'll be going to England in October.
Awesome.
I've been invited with a group of 8 other people to go to England to metal detect. And that's a trip of a lifetime. So, and I've got the support of Technetics on that.
Awesome. Cool. Well, anything, Dustin, you want to ask Deej yet? I mean, we're getting close to our time. I mean, we could have talked to you forever, Deej. I mean, the best thing, you know what I mean? For anybody that's watching tonight, I mean, I just encourage everybody, including Deej and all the other guests that we've had and are going to have yet tonight, is check out her channel. I mean, give her some views on her videos.
Yeah.
You know, get to know her better. I know I'm going to go check her out after the show. I mean, maybe not tonight, but I mean, but yeah. You know, I was like, I didn't really know you had that many videos and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, I will have been on YouTube 5 years in, I think it's September or October.
Right.
So yeah, I've got a lot of videos. I do live streams every Tuesday night at 5:30, just before Jersey History Hunter, Audra and Bobby. And then I have my weekly video premiere on Friday nights at 6.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
In that. My channel's all about treasure hunting on a budget, any kind of treasure hunting. And you know, anything, rock hunting, magnet fishing, metal detecting, bottle digging, dump digging, prospecting, you know, just finding nature's treasures. You know, last week's video was on a waterfall that Pam and I went to last fall. So,
sweet.
Just a little bit of everything. I do what I can to encourage others. Most of my guests are not great big names. Some might be if they're already personal friends. But I try to have new treasure hunters that I think have good content.
Yeah.
And are the right caliber person that is in it for the right reasons, not for the views, not for the money, for the love of the hobby.
Right. Definitely.
And someone that helps others.
Yeah. Well, you got a comment right there I put up below. It says, Digging with Deej gave me a sweet shout out when I started my channel. I think I will always remember this. So, I mean, right there's a comment.
Who is that?
Detect Dig Smile.
Oh,
Peter.
yeah.
So there's just one example right there, what you were just saying.
Yeah. Because when I started my channel, you know, I was seeing, I am really all about detecting etiquette because we need to protect our rights as detectorists. And the only way to do it is metal detect the right way. So I was trying to impress on people, it's not called digging a hole. It's called cutting a plug. You know, this is the right way with a flap, all that sort of thing. And encouraging and mentoring the next generation because they're the ones that will carry our hobby into the future.
Yeah. Heck yeah. No, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, that's like Audra's chance to like bring the detecting to the younger ladies, you know.
For sure.
I mean, that's giving back right there 100%. So, I mean, you guys are awesome for doing all that stuff. I mean, for the community. I mean, like you said, the younger generation, you know,
right,
is really what's important. So.
Right. And there's more women than ever in this hobby. I think last year I do an annual Ladies of Metal Detecting on YouTube video.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I think I've done it 3 years now. I think we're up over 120 women detectorists on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was a great shout out there. As far as like that goes, I mean, where I've kind of lacked as far as putting that, I put everybody's channel links in my description of just the guest tonight. But what I liked about what you did there, Deej, is you put a list of everybody, you know, in the comments, or not in the comments, but in the description of a ton.
Yeah, I had a hard time because you're only allowed so many characters.
Yeah, so that was awesome. So we definitely appreciate you coming on, Deej. We got to move on to the next guest here, just because.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for, you know, including me. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, and I mean, you definitely had some good stories. Like I said, everybody who hasn't checked out Deej, please go do so and give her some love. I mean, she's definitely an awesome woman. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you, and thank you to all my viewers.
You got it. Have a great night, Deej. We appreciate it.
You too. Bye.
Right, bye-bye. Whoa, big screen. All right, so I'm by myself. I don't know what happened to Dustin. He's gone. But we have more guests here lined up. Deej is really cool, man. Like, I never really talked to Deej too much, but she's definitely had some good stories, you know, different things to share and whatnot. So that was good talking to her. Like I said, if you haven't checked out her channel, please do so, and do the same for all the other ladies that were on the show and are coming on tonight as well. So, but yeah, our next guest, also another woman that I haven't really talked to very much. So I'm looking to hear her story as well. We have Amanda Digger DeGaz. Hopefully I said that right. I'm pretty sure I did. She's going to be our next guest. What really caught me out about her, or just really stands out, is her voice. Like, so I listen to the Treasure Vortex show once in a while when I get a chance to, when I'm not working. And like, her voice is just like totally radio savvy. I'll ask her a little bit about that. Long story short, I asked her about, I was like, man, when I started doing these live streams, I'm like, what headphone or what mic is she using? Cause it's like, she sounded awesome. And I was like, and then somebody said, no, I think it was Nancy. And she's like, no, that's just her voice. It's just like radio voice. Like, she has it. So no microphone will match just her voice for the radio show. It's like Ken King's voice it's perfect for that. But quit blabbing here. Let's just jump into it. We're going to welcome Amanda Digger DeGaz to the show and get some more of stories from her. So welcome, Amanda.
Hi.
How's it going, Amanda? How you doing?
It's going well. How about yourself?
Good. Sorry to keep you waiting. I mean, we're pretty close to being on time. I know it's late, so I definitely appreciate you coming on here and chatting with us and talking about some stuff that you can tell us about, any stories and whatnot. But yeah, so let's talk about when did you start detecting? I mean, I don't really know much about your back history, and I know some of the viewers don't. So maybe tell us a little bit about when you started and how you got started.
So technically swinging my own metal detector for the last 10 years this May, but I grew up treasure hunting. My dad used to bring my sister and I out fishing, and my brother as well, fishing, rock hunting. We used to go to Herkimer in New York and look for diamonds, Moat
Right.
Mountain in New Hampshire for smoky quartz, and he detected and was also into all the maps. And come to find out, actually, there's a book. It's kind of a paper book. I don't know if it's actually got published or not, or if it just gets passed down in the family, but it's all
Right.
about privy digging. So yeah, it's generational, I guess, treasure hunting in our family.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So you do you're not only just a metal detectorist. I'm gonna pull up a picture here. I'm still listening and talking, but
Yeah.
bottle digging. I'm gonna pull up a picture, and you can tell us a little bit about that. We got pictures everywhere here. Particularly, where are we at here? So this picture, you sent me just a few pictures, and they always come out weird. But the picture with all the buckles, like, is that something that you found? I know I'm jumping right into it, but I had to know about this answer. Tell us a little bit about all those crazy buckles you found.
So that was actually on a mudlark trip of mine. I was the next state over, and mudlarking is searching for treasure along the coast. So bays, creeks, rivers, anything like that that has mud or gravel. Back in the day, they used to put dumps on the edge of the water so that way they had a natural barrier and they could burn them and then throw more stuff. So a lot of areas around us were dumps. So this one particular area, I was out during low tide and I kept spotting these, buckles and buttons and other brass and copper items on the surface. So I started scraping, and as I put my claw, it's like a clam claw, I threw the clam claw in the mud, and when I pulled it out, all these like buckles were in the mud and attached to it. So I just started digging down. And so the bad thing too about mudlarking and digging or any of that is the hole fills with water. So
Yeah.
as I was taking items out, the hole was filling back up with brackish water. And the girl I had that we went out mudlarking with, she took I just kept handing them over to her too. I think I gave her about half. So there was so many buckles. So we
How
called
do
it
you?
the
How
buckle
many was
hoard.
there? Like, not to cut you off, but I mean, the picture. I wish I could blow it up. I wish. I mean, there looks like hundreds of them.
I think in this, so the amount that I had, I think was 562 maybe.
Holy crap, man, that's nuts.
There was a lot of buckles.
Look at Dustin's face. He's like, what?
I might have missed it. Where'd they all come from?
He was like this.
So they were tossed out in a dump, whether it was, a shop shut down and they dumped it all. But I
Oh,
was mudlarking. Usually you bottle dump dig too, is the old dumps. But some of our dumps are on the water, so I just go at low tide and I just spotted all these, buttons on top, and there was just, you find the clock gears, and I was like, "Oh, this is weird." And when I put my claw in the mud and scraped up, had buckles attached to it.
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
500 buckles, man. That's nuts.
There's
it was a
more.
lot.
There's more there, right?
Probably, yeah. We had gone back after and searched, but we actually found bottles instead, old milk bottles. So I was wondering, maybe the milk bottles were filled with it because there were a lot of broken milk bottles too.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that I was never big into mudlarking. I mean, the last video that Dustin just had, I went and visited him, and he's big into that. And I told Dustin, I said, you in your videos, I could tell you were big into that as well. And I figured you'd have things to talk about there for that kind of stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
so your CSA buckle is a cool find, and then you have some other stuff there. Tell us a little bit about. You can pick whatever one you want to. Just they're cool.
Yeah.
They're all good.
We'll start off with the CSA belt buckle. That was, I believe, my first year detecting, and I'm in Maine, for those of you that don't know. So finding something like that up here, kind of abnormal, not too
Yeah.
frequent. I know that there have been some, but not as often as you'd find like the union ones or. So that was pretty exciting.
That's
That was
crazy.
pretty exciting. And then so I did metal detecting and mudlarking, and then in the middle bottom, those are gold cufflinks I found in a button dump.
Ooh.
Wow. Gold cufflinks. Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
So what's it? All these dumps. While you're larking, that's where you're finding these things.
Some of them.
Okay.
Yes. Some of them, yes. The button dump, no. That was actually another detectorist in New England had invited us to the spot and didn't mind if we went back after, and we kept going there. I tried to get there at least once a year, and you find
That's
just this is next to a woolen mill, so they used to
Wow.
strip all the buttons and everything from the pockets and dump it out on the mill bank next to the river, and you can go there and there's just there's eagle buttons, there's police, fire,
Oh,
civilian.
wow.
You find tokens, coins,
Oh,
pendants. Yeah, it's really fun.
I'll be there in 9 hours.
Yes.
That's crazy.
What's your best? Have you? Well, I shouldn't even say best because I mean, it looks like you got some really killer finds. But
She's got
let's
tons
look
of
at
tons of
like,
stuff.
how many clay pipes have you found now going and doing this? Because you're in an old historic area.
Yeah. The sad thing is I think intact ones, I only have 2
Oh,
fully intact.
no, I would never ask anyone because that is so hard to get an intact one. I mean, you watch that one lady? She's in England. She'll find them.
Nicola, yes.
Yeah, she'll scoop them right out. And I'm like, oh, why? I found
Yeah.
one, but they're too hard to get because usually when they're done, it's boom right down the ground.
Yeah. I do have a pretty good size, those larger mason jars full of the pipe stems and pieces, and yeah.
Heck yeah. Dustin just got
That's
one of those last weekend.
Nice.
yeah. Oh yeah, I got like about this big, like 75% of the bowl, and then the stem going into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that was just on the surface. The water was washing up on the bank, and it was just doing all the work for us.
Yeah, it
Which,
was cool.
yeah, that was really cool. I can't wait to go back as the water recedes to see what goodies are there. I find most of my stuff there on the surface like that. A lot of the easy stuff, marbles. How many marbles do you have? I'm sure you got a bunch of them.
Yeah, many. I got the bubble gum. Let's see if you can. The bubble gum filled with them, and then a bunch more jars. And now I've started separating them. So the clay marbles go in one, the ultraviolet, the black light ones go in another. So I've actually started separating them because I've too many.
Oh, that's awesome. That is. Are you going to come out swinging?
I am.
Oh,
Sweet.
nice. Are you going as a representative?
No, not really. I'm going to be probably giving out some stickers and stuff for Treasure Vortex.
Okay.
That's the podcast I do with Gypsy on Monday nights.
Yeah.
But yeah, nope, going as myself and just having fun.
What time is that on Monday nights?
It is at 8 p.m. Eastern on
Okay.
Spreaker, or you can Google Treasure Vortex, and I think it's iHeartRadio, Apple. It's on all the platforms. Yes.
I was ready, and I was going to ask her
Thank
about
you.
it. But yeah, no. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, it sounds like you've been doing really well with that. You have some awesome guests. Give us a little. I mean, talk about that and let a lot of people know in the chat that maybe never heard about it. Tell us
Yeah.
some. Yeah, go for it.
Absolutely. So I was fortunate enough to be a guest on All Metal Mode back in July of 2019, where Mike Hare and Gypsy interviewed me. Well, Mike decided he wanted to have 2 female co-hosts do the show, and Gypsy reached out, and we just hit it off. And so we did Monday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, All Metal Mode was the podcast name. And then as of January of this year, Gypsy and I solely took it over and we rebranded it as Treasure Vortex.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many do you have so far in your base? How many viewers? How many viewers or subscribers, or how's that work? Are you?
Well, it's just a radio show. There's no visuals, Dustin.
Oh, how do you gauge how many people are in?
We have 18,000 followers.
Okay, I was just missing that word.
Yep.
I'm old. I'm sorry.
Or subscribers. It could be
hip with the times.
subscribers. Yeah. How many people like the show? Yeah. I think it was like 18,005 maybe.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Woo.
Yeah,
It's a fun time.
Cool topics, good guests. I mean, a lot of these shows, like I said, when I'm getting off work, I'll try to tune in when I can. But I mean, that's the kind of tuning in you can do. It's not like you have to watch it. It's all about hearing what they have to say. I mean, like that's why I said about her radio voices, because you never see Amanda, but you get to hear her radio voice. And I saw the comment earlier that I posted up is like they said some I forget who said it, but they said Amanda's gonna take you guys out with her radio voice or whatever. So I just laughed at that, but it's so true, so it's all good. But yeah. So events, Amanda, you've been to several. I've seen a lot of your pictures with other diggers. I mean, you also travel as well. What events have you just been to lately?
I was at Digstock this past fall, Bone last spring, and Pound the Ground. Couple of them, I think. Yeah, a couple of them, a couple penguin digs, the Patriot digs in Connecticut. And then going forward this year, I'll see you all at Come Out Swinging in Pennsylvania.
Awesome.
And then the second to last week in April, I'll be at Bone in Keene, which is the Best of New England hunt in Keene, New Hampshire. And then Gypsy and I will be out the Midwest Silver Shootout in Indiana this fall. So,
awesome.
And that's it that I have on the docket right now, but you never know what pops up.
Have you ever been, I mean, you said you're from where again? You said you're from?
I'm from New England, but I'm in Maine.
Okay, New England. Oh, we know all about New England, everybody.
Andy wants the exact address. Where are you at?
I don't need to go keeping
GPS coordinates to the buckle dump.
Are you from New England State? That's like an inside joke there, if you didn't know.
Oh man,
one of our giveaways, Amanda. I was typing. It was during the Super Bowl. And for some reason, I thought New England was a state. I don't know why. Like, Texas and Alabama, and I guessed a state, and instead of doing the spinning game wheel, I said everybody guessed a state, and it went on forever. And like nobody was guessing it because in my mind, I'm thinking New England is a state like an idiot. And then finally somebody said New England, and I said, you won. And everybody's like, dude, that's not a state. And I felt like an idiot. So that was just an inside joke there. But yeah, it's all good.
It could be too. A lot of us New England diggers just say we're from New England. It's
right.
Amanda, there is a question from Swing for the Ring. Does Amanda hunt with Bill Ladd?
No, I've never met him actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've heard his name. I've watched some of his videos, I think, before as well. Amanda, have you ever been down our way, like in Pennsylvania? I mean, have you found any artifacts or anything down in our way? Or
the furthest I've gone is Jersey, and it wasn't so much metal detecting. It was New York, New Jersey mudlarking. Right. So yeah, I haven't detected yet down there. So I'm pretty excited. Been poring over the maps and doing some work, even though we have no idea where it really is.
You do that one dump there in Jersey that's like right along the shore that everything just keeps washing out into it.
Yep.
That is crazy. I've seen like a lot of people do that do videos when they're there, and it's just insane how it just washes on out.
It is. Time. It's awesome. It's a great little spot.
How many bottles did you find?
I think I only took home 4 or 5.
Okay.
The rest they're around here. I've left them.
Yeah. Wow, that is awesome because I've seen that, and that's an awesome place to go. Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
And then
Yeah, man.
detecting wise, what are you hitting when you're detecting? Do you have a lot of historical areas out there?
We do. So we have colonial and settler and all that and
Okay.
Native American. Um, and one of the things that we've done, John and I will do, is we've gotten permission to some of these places and we give everything back. So the property
Okay.
owners let us hold on to everything for the entire year so I can document it. I write everything down. And then we display it and give it back at the end of the year. So that's kind of secured some of these permissions that normally nobody would be allowed to dig. Um,
Right.
yeah, so
I do,
that's,
I do the same thing. I do the same thing. It opens way more doors when you offer the stuff back.
yeah.
And I'll tell them, look, I might keep one or two things, but I'll give you everything else. I put it in the shadow box and
Yep.
everything, and I try to get pictures of them. Makes it look cool.
Not
Yes.
But
to not to interrupt you there, but I know Amanda sent me that picture down on the bottom right, and I'm guessing, Amanda, is that one of the things you do for the people? Is you print them out pictures like that?
So on the left is like a picture of a display, so on the bottom left, and then it's kind of a jumble at that point. But behind that, yeah, it's a laminated sheet that has pictures of the items coming out of the ground that I thought were really cool.
Yeah.
And on the back is actually either numbered or lettered, depending on which property it is. And then what I do is I'll explain what the item is. And then, like, if it's a coin, I talk about how many were minted, where it was minted, and give them that information, and try to give it down. So if there's certain relics, I try to identify it and give them an age range. And yeah, I mean, when you've been detecting, so going on 10 years, there's only so much that, it's just going to sit in a box. So
Yeah.
we do that. And then a lot of property owners, their farm fields with cellar holes, and they will come back and we don't want any of this.
yeah,
They enjoy us coming there. And, some even contact us and go, hey, we're going on vacation. Can you make sure you're out in the fields around our house? Yeah, absolutely. That works. So,
Heck yeah.
that's awesome. Sounds like you're building relationships with the owners of the
yeah,
property you're on, and that's important even to me. So kudos to you. Here's
thanks.
here's a question for you. How did you get your husband involved? Because my wife, she'll look at a detector and just
Right.
as soon like run through hot coals. Um,
So
let me hear
actually,
the secret.
yeah, no. So I think my upbringing, treasure hunting, and then I met him and he metal detected. So he sparked that interest back up
Okay,
in me. And so yeah, we go out. He's not really a big fan of the dump digging or anything like that, but he loves
okay.
metal detecting. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Like one time, I got my wife to go into the middle of a cornfield. I had to bring her a chair, walk her out to the middle of the field. She had a buck. She's sitting out there with a bucket in the middle of this field, and I'm out there metal detecting. And that was the last time. That was over a decade ago.
Hey,
No, yeah, we enjoy going out together. Actually, we've been out the last about 3 times the last couple weeks, and it's
Good
it's
for
a
you.
lot it's a lot more fun because he's got a lot of different hobbies as well. So in the past I'd go off by myself, but lately he's like, "Oh, I'll come with you." I'm like, "Yay, someone else
That's
to visit."
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried dangling the carrot in front of everyone in my family. I took my son when he was like 12. We found a seeded dime. You'd think a kid at 12 would be like so excited. He's like, Dad, can I go back to the car? It's hot. And like my wife, the only time she got excited, I brought home a gold ring, and I should have known when she said, "Oh, I'll help clean that up for you." I've never seen it again, which is cool because she does wear it all the time.
Oh,
But
that's cool.
oh yeah, but still, no interest, no interest. So
hey,
good for you.
real quick, as far as you're talking about relationships, and we're getting kind of close, not to the end. We got a few more minutes yet, but we wanted to keep it moving that way. You're not, if you had something to do, we respect your time.
Yep.
Relationships. As far as our next guest, you have a relationship with Gypsy Jules. Tell us a little bit about how you guys met. And you already said a little bit about the Treasure Vortex show. like, how did you guys get hooked up, and tell us a little bit about that?
So it really did stem from the interview. We had done the interview, and well, where she interviewed me, and then we talked on the phone and got to know each other that way, and then started doing a show together way before we ever met.
Yeah.
So we did the show, and then our first time meeting was at Pound the Ground in New York back in October of 2019. So that was our first time meeting. She came up here and I was like, that's it. I'm taking you on absolute New England tour. We went through all the different states and dug, in Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Um, we, I don't remember if that first time she got to dig in Maine. I think we were just headed down south and then back up. I brought her back to Vermont, and she flew off, but she extended the trip so that way, we could hunt together and get to know each other better. And it's been great ever since. She came up this past fall for Dig Stock, and then I'll see her hopefully at Bone. She'll be going to Best of New England, and then again with the Midwest Shootout. So, but no, she's an excellent detectorist and a wonderful friend. So I'm excited to come, hopefully introduce Gypsy next.
Yeah. So yeah, trying to think of anything else. I mean, any questions, Justin? I mean, are we good?
Is there anything else we could plug for you? Like, let everyone know
Yeah.
that we haven't already?
Yeah, I mean, I know you brought up YouTube. I am on YouTube. I do a lot more of the shorts than I do videos. Sitting down and editing is really not my cup of tea. I'd rather be digging. I'd rather be researching. I honestly, that time that you spend, and more props to everyone that does, because it's so, I tried. I would rather, I spend too much time trying to do the maps and the LiDAR and figure it out that way. So TikTok came around, so kind of doing pretty well on TikTok.
Good.
Been on Instagram since I think 2012, and there's so many great people that are on Instagram. I absolutely love it. Facebook, I'm on Facebook, A Digger to Gauze, or Amanda. I'm Amanda on Facebook.
Are you sure?
Yes, yeah. Digger to Gauze on TikTok, A Digger to Gauze on YouTube and Instagram.
Thank you.
Right.
Charlie's looking forward to seeing you, he says.
Yeah. Awesome. I can't wait. Absolutely. It's going to be a blast.
Heck yeah.
He doesn't say sweet stuff like that to me. Like,
Yeah.
he'll see me and he'll like walk up to like say hi, and then he'll just do like an about face and walk away.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, I guess we'll be seeing you really soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we definitely appreciate you coming on the show. I mean, like I said a million times already, if you guys haven't checked out Amanda's channel already, please do so. Go in there and check out her videos. Check her out on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. The Treasure Vortex show is awesome. I know it's a little difficult to find you sometimes, but once you do, it's not a big deal. That's because it's only by sound and people just get thrown off by all that. But either way, it's a great show regardless, and I really enjoy it as well. So
thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And I can't wait to meet you both in person next week.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks again, Amanda, for coming. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll be the guy rolling around, smashing Andy down the ground. Yeah, that'll be me.
All right. Awesome. I'll keep an eye out.
Cool. Hey, thanks, Amanda. We appreciate you coming on. We'll see you soon.
All right. Bye, y'all.
All right.
See ya. 5 days, Andy.
Five. Sorry. 5, 10, whatever.
Believe that? That's going to be awesome. And then Friday
thank
night.
you, Robert.
Yeah, thank you. Sir.
So we got one more guest. I know we're pretty close to time, and we were trying to move on. I know people were getting tired, and I really appreciate our next guest. Gypsy Jules is coming up. Wow. I mean, we got a TV star here on our show. I mean, I kind of want to ask her some stuff about that. You have anything kind of in your mulligan there working that you want to say to her?
Well, Charlie, I love you too. And Robert, yes, I'll take a golf cart ride. And as far as Gypsy, like I'm just intrigued with the whole Oak Island type of
Yeah.
that involvement she has, and with Gary Drayton, that, you know, of course, that's like the apex of treasure detecting it, or treasure hunting. Everyone knows the story of Oak Island. So I mean, you know, I can't help but think she may have just a little nugget of knowing just a little piece that we don't know. Maybe she'll share, like, where's the treasure? Okay, like that's really
Yeah.
what I want to know. No,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
definitely. We'll have to get her. We'll get her thoughts on the show and her just background of digging. I want to hear a lot about the show because that's really exciting. I mean, to be in something like that had to be
Yeah.
awesome for her. Some news. I mean, I don't know. We'll just bring her on here, and we'll welcome Gypsy Jules to the show. Everybody, I'm sure a lot of you already heard of her, but if not, Gypsy Jules, welcome to the show.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
Hey, how are y'all? Y'all doing
Good. How
okay?
you doing, Gypsy?
Good, good.
Doing great. Good
Hey,
to see
Gypsy, I
y'all.
just want to thank you for coming on the show. I know you're last, and I appreciate you hanging in there for us. I know you've been on some shows, and you're probably getting worn out. You just moved, you said, and you just got back from, I guess, Digstock, North Carolina, right? So you're probably exhausted. So we really appreciate you popping on here with us for a little bit.
Well, I
So,
appreciate y'all having me on here. It's an honor, and especially to be with these other ladies that are just amazing ladies in the hobby, and they're all an inspiration, and it's wonderful. Like they all reiterated that, you know, we're all a part of a great community, and they all represent, you know, the community well. And it's just amazing just to be a part of all of this community. So thank y'all for having me.
heck yeah, no, that's exciting, man. That's definitely cool. It took us a while to get everybody lined up and everything, and I mean everything went really smooth tonight. So we're really happy with everybody and their
And
stories.
I apologize. I know y'all were waiting on me last, and I tell you, yes, I drove. Well, my friend Zola we ended up, instead of flying, I was going to fly to North Carolina to Digstock, and we had looked at the tickets online, and I kind of waited last minute. I'm kind of a last minute person. And
Right.
we were able to save like $400 just by driving, even though gas is so high right now. So it all worked out, and we had a blast. So I'm just glad to be back home, though, back in Texas, and get back to the norm, hopefully, although the norm since I was on Beyond has not existed. So my life has been turned crazy. So whatever, y'all go ahead and we can start from the beginning if you want, and go from there.
I'll be honest. I want to go to the end. Where's the treasure? Tell me now. I'm going all the way to the end. Where's the
First,
right.
Gypsy has some amazing pictures, guys. I mean, I'm just going to say it right off the bat. I mean, the one picture of the bottom, I know the picture's a little small, and if you're looking at it on a phone, it's probably really small. But the picture, I guess, Gypsy, you're holding a machete. Is that a machete?
That was actually one of the producers. He was actually one of the top producers at Beyond when we were filming the first episode that I was in. It was at the Sandbass Springs, and we were using that machete earlier to chop some of the stuff around that spring and stuff. And one of the producer directors at the very end, we were just finished that scene. And if you notice, I had my waders on in that photo, and they're pushed down to the bottom. And he said, "Hey, stand there and hold that up." And he took that shot. And so that was actually, that photo was taken by one of the producers. And what's interesting about that particular producer, if any of y'all follow, what is the other show? Oh gosh, I'm having one of those brain
Is it a
freezes
gold
right
digging
now.
show or?
And it's not. It is more not paranormal, but some weird stuff happened. Not green. What is? Oh gosh.
It's all good.
I'll think of it in a minute.
Ranch.
Yes. He is one of the main producers for that.
Okay.
And he's the one that took that photo.
Yeah, you have some really amazing photos. I mean, I looked through a bunch of your photos and just kind of picked on a few that caught my eye. Just a lot of scenic, really cool. I mean, you can tell you traveled and you've been to some awesome places, you know, in this hobby. I had to put that one picture of like, it was a clip of just the TV picture.
The
And the
TV.
bottom, it says the Curse of Oak Island, and it has your picture like you're talking. But no, you have some cool
That's
pictures.
cool.
It's funny.
Thanks, Andy. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
no problem. So what's it like being, I mean, I don't know. There's so much we could ask you, and it's like we don't have so much time, and people are like, the show's so long, and I understand. I mean, anything you want to talk about, we'll just kind of throw it at you. I mean, would you rather talk about how you
So I
started?
do
or your
have
show?
I do have some new stuff to
Okay,
talk
yeah.
about, but most people already know that I've been metal detecting for a little over 23 years now. That's when I bought my first metal detector, but I actually used my first metal detector when I think my family told me I was about 7 years old, and my uncle had a metal detector, and I found a pair of spectacles, and
Awesome.
I was so excited running down the lane. But I don't really recall this, but I am currently my manager slash agent, if you will. He is encouraging me to finally write my autobiography, and it brought me back to my very first memory, and that I really recall in life. And one of that very first memory, I was in the lane. I was probably about 2.5 maybe years old. Well, maybe 3. And I was standing in a lane there of this gravel driveway where we lived in Lufkin, Texas. And if any of you ever remember, do y'all ever remember going to the gumball machines where they had the little prizes as a kid, and you put the quarter or the dime or however much it was at that time? And I got this little bitty pocket knife. That's how cool those prizes were back in my day. Do you know what I'm talking about, Dustin?
I do.
So,
I absolutely do. Yep.
There's this little bitty pocket knife, and remember, this is in the 70s, okay? So, and it really had a little metal blade, and the handle was made of like a plastic. And I remember taking that and digging in the dirt with that thing. And I can remember at such a young age, and my mom said that as soon as I could hold a spoon in my hand, I would run outside and take the spoon with me and dig in the dirt. So go figure, who knows that I would ever be where I am today. I never dreamed of this, or where, my hobby that started as a hobby. And as you've already heard from all these other amazing ladies, we all kind of started out in a similar way as kids. And I'm sure y'all have as well. When you're kids, you daydream and you see the pirate TV shows, and you see all of these daydreams about, treasures. And I think it's that same way for most kids, and of course it was the same for me. I was lucky enough that my father, as soon as he could take me, he would take me on his shoulders, and we would go on these little walks, and he showed me the treasure in everything that I encountered. As soon as I could hold a butterfly net, he had me out chasing butterflies and catching them, and rock hunting. My dad got me into rock hunting and fossil hunting as a little bitty kid, and so I found treasures in that as well. So that kind of led me up to the time, later in life, fast forward 23 years ago, I was visiting a beach in Galveston, Texas, and there was a couple walking up from the beach, and they had a metal detector in their hand, and I just happened to say, "Oh, what did you find?" And they showed me their finds, and I looked at my husband at the time, and I was like, "I'm buying a metal detector." And sure enough, about a week or 2 weeks later, I bought a Radio Shack metal detector, and there begun my and it was so, I was so passionate about it in the beginning that anything I could get my hands on book wise. And not long after that, we ended up moving from East Texas to Galveston, and there begun, I helped start, I was one of the founders of the Galveston Island Treasure Club, I started a metal detecting store, and I didn't know anything about metal detecting. I just dove right into it and started beach hunting and water hunting and relic hunting and anything treasure related. I did it, and that's how I got started.
Heck yeah.
You caught the
Gypsy,
bug.
Gypsy's also in the profiles book, guys. If right, Gypsy she's got her copy. There she is.
Right
I think
there.
you're really close to where I am, actually. I'm pretty sure you're like a page. I don't know, but anyway.
40
yeah.
something, I think.
Yeah, I'm 45, I think. So I think we're beside each other.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So, but no, it's. Have you been in any other books or anything? I mean, we know you've been on TV. Any other books, magazines?
So,
I'm sure you've probably been in some of those.
I've been on the cover of I think Dirt Digest magazine.
Yeah.
I've been lots of other different things. I even wrote articles for a while for Dirt Digest magazine, and then later came the podcast All Metal Mode, and then, you know, as Amanda explained, that's how I met her, was through that with the podcast. And I never thought I'd be doing a podcast either. I didn't even know what a podcast was. And same thing with YouTube. I didn't watch YouTube. And uh-oh.
That's me.
Kick you out. Peace out.
Oh, poor Dustin.
He came on double, so I had to delete him.
Okay.
No, I guess. Do you mind? Like, I'm going to ask you some stuff about the show. I mean, are you cool with talking about that?
Yeah,
bring
sure.
that boy back in here once. Hey, Dustin, I had to give you the boot because you came in twice there. But
no, yeah, my daughter called and it went through every freaking device. So
yeah, I'm worried about mine doing the same thing. It did that last time I tried to do this. But back to the show, to keep the ball rolling. I first was on the Freddie Dodge Gold Mine Rescue. If y'all saw that, if you haven't seen that, you can actually go to YouTube, and a fellow YouTuber, Mark, posted a clip from that, and you just type in Gypsy Jules Gold Mine Rescue, and it'll pop up, and you can watch that clip there. And I found a little nugget in there, and I got to work with Freddie Dodge. If y'all don't know who Freddie Dodge is, from Gold Rush.
Man.
Hey, he's the man. He is so knowledgeable, and it was an honor to be able to work with him. But what I was so amazed even more about his knowledge for all of that was his gold panning skills. So me and Freddie had this deal that when I first met him, I was like, I want to learn to gold pan like you. You're the fastest gold panner I've ever seen. And he was like, well, I want to learn how to metal detect, so we can just work a deal here. And so I wound up on the show with him. And this last summer, he actually called me and wanted me to go to up to Alaska for one of the episodes that'll be airing this summer, or coming up. I think they've had their new episodes coming out. But unfortunately, I had to turn that down because I had already committed to working with Beyond Oak Island. And working with Beyond Oak Island, it was amazing, especially getting to meet Marty was one of my highlights. Marty and Rick, I did not get to meet in person because they were still on the island filming, and then Marty flew down to Texas to film with us in the last episode that I was in. If y'all didn't get a chance to watch that, I hope you did. Yep. But if you haven't watched it, for those of you listening tonight, you can go to the History Channel website, and you can watch it for free with ads. So you just type in season 2 Beyond Oak Island, and you can watch those episodes. And I think I'm in episode 3, 5, and 7. If I'm
writing them down quick, because I wrote it down before, and then I lost the paper, and I was like, damn it.
Gypsy,
so,
Gypsy, can you tell Freddie Dodge to call me? I'll be there.
Okay, I'll tell him. He can go in my place next time. But it's actually, I got a call from the executive producer from Beyond Oak Island for this new season. So they're going to start, they've been lining some up. So I threw out some kind of ideas and things that I was working on, and I've at least got 2, maybe 3. Hey, Ken. So I got some episodes that it looks like they're going to go forward with filming, and I just sent them a 3rd one that my manager, my agent, and I have been working on together, and it looks like it may go as well. So I may be in 3 more episodes this next season of that.
Sweet.
And I have this amazing manager right now that actually saw me on the Beyond and contacted me, and we've been talking to each other, and I saw him in chat earlier, so I know he's in chat, and he is amazing. He looks out for me. He's actually got a meeting tomorrow with the producer that they actually contacted me. It's about my own show for I don't know how much I can talk about that yet. Not that I've signed any contracts yet, but it is something I've been working on. And then there's another TV show idea. Hey, my friend Misty. I've been knowing her since junior high. So
Awesome.
anyway, she's a treasure hunter too. She bought a Garrett AT Max from me. But anyway, so working on the Beyond Oak Island. I've got another little TV show that I'm supposed to be filming the beginning of May, just 1 episode. I'll be posting more about that probably on my Facebook channel, so y'all stay tuned about that. And then I've got the 2 TV projects right now that I'm working on, and then just got contacted from someone found me and contacted my manager about possibly doing a documentary on metal detecting too. So that will be fun to work on. So y'all hold on to your hats. There's a lot coming, and I just want to represent all metal detectorists in a positive way and show our hobby in a positive way. So y'all be sure if you have any, one other thing we're working on is ghost towns. So if you have any ghost town permissions that you're interested in, that you might have permission for already, we're actually working on a lineup for that. So you can contact my manager about that. And the email is gypsyjulesmanager@gmail.com. So if you have any suggestions and about that particular thing, go ahead and message my manager, and he will be glad to take your call or your email. And you can go to my website, so gypsydigs.com. I can't read it.
What's it say?
Okay, where is the treasure? Okay, so let me tell you a little side note. Let me tell you. Okay, so if you're talking about the island itself, Oak Island, rumor has it, I'll say this, rumor has it that there has been some exciting things found. Due to laws in place, governments in place, and stuff. Is that enough said? We will see what is unfolded, as I'll put it that way. Unfortunately, I won't say greed, but unfortunately, I think greed has become a big play in a lot of, like, if we're, let's just say we're detecting on private property.
Yeah.
And if some treasure is made public that we found that's major, unfortunately, we live in a world where there are greedy people that don't necessarily always want that to be shown, all of it to be shown. So sorry, I'm trying to word this carefully
Yeah, you're
without.
good. You have to think it out because you don't want to say something.
We didn't
But y'all
expect
can,
you to give up the
y'all,
spill the beans on our little live stream, so don't worry.
right. No, and all I'm saying is who knows if this will even. I don't even know, and I'm not sure if they even know that. I do know that they have made some major discoveries on the island,
Let me ask
but I just. Uh-huh.
what do you think the story is? Like, let me give you a premise here, okay?
I think I think the island was used by
Right.
just like, okay, living in Galveston. Well, no, let's say Florida. Okay, let me give you a little something. I found a Roman coin in Florida. A Roman coin. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, how did that Roman coin get there? And I speculated that when I found it. I didn't even know what I found when I first found it because I beach hunted for so long that I know that I find all kinds of foreign coins. Okay. So my first thought is, well, a hurricane and this and that. So not long after I found that Roman coin, there were more Roman coins reported, and this was on the news in Florida by another metal detectorist in the same area. Then, lo and behold, I started researching, and I've even met some people that were connected with this. And if you research it enough, there was a Roman ship found off the coast of Florida. Now, are you going to read that in our history books? You're not.
No.
It's been covered up. And people can say, oh, that's, conspiracy theory. It's whatever.
No.
I think some of the same thing is happening on the island that we may never hear about. They might report maybe if there's some pirate treasure or some, like we were talking about earlier, maybe there was some Freemason stuff because it's all, I think that island was this place where so many people came through centuries upon centuries.
Yep.
And I think it dates back a way further than our history books will even admit.
Right.
Now, you can take that for what that is. It's up to you to decide. What will be disclosed, I don't even know.
Right.
Unfortunately, there's been a lot of things discovered all over the world. If any of you have ever checked out my good buddy, Terry Carter, if you look at his channel and some of the things that have been discovered all over the world, and a lot of that stuff never gets reported. You're not going to see it on the local news station. You're not going to see it, and it's like even stuff that's been found here in the U.S. that doesn't match up with the history that we're taught in school, and then it's just sloughed off like, oh, well,
you need to do
am I making sense?
Yeah.
You so I'm going to work on a book about that
of Scott Walter from History Unearthed, the way you're talking.
Okay.
Because
really?
yeah, and it's great because I thought when his show was out, it was awesome. And that's what he was all about, is explaining that the history we were taught. He starts out by saying it's all wrong. There have been people here a long time. I've read books on it as well, but like you sound almost identical to him.
That's crazy. I don't even know who he is, but I don't even think I've ever watched the show. But I think there's a lot of people that'll agree, and there's a lot of people in the metal detecting community that have found things that just are totally like. I had a friend that a good friend that was metal detecting in Ohio. Now, if you look back in history, it was documented so many times in Ohio, the giants of bones that were found in Ohio, not only in Ohio, all over the U.S., all over the world, if you really do your research. But there was a 1400s silver coin found in a field there from the 1400s. There was some Roman coins found in an Indian burial mound. I just recently moved from North Austin area in the Round Rock area, and there was some Roman coins found in an Indian burial there. Now, how did those Roman coins get there? You can speculate all day, but I think there's just a lot of stuff out there that can sometimes cause more questions than answers. But if you dig deep enough, I think you will find some answers. I'll just say that.
Awesome.
I got-
I'll watch it. You get your own show. I'm tuning in. I can watch.
Awesome. Well, I'm working
got a
on
question.
2 right now. So
Awesome.
I got a question before we kind of close it off, and I know Gypsy
Okay.
already knows about it. Some of the viewers might not know about it. Matt in here from Ski Searcher, Matt, and I talked a little bit about this topic. There's a new show coming out in June, Gypsy. I know you probably already know about it with the Duck Dynasty fellas. I guess,
Yeah.
do you know much about that? I mean, as far as that, how do you think these
I
shows?
do.
How do you think these shows are gonna? You know what I mean? Like that's a big show where it's like it's really gonna make the hobby blow up. Like, do you think it's gonna be good for the hobby? Bad? What's your opinion on that?
I think with anything, there's good and bad that comes, and
Right.
hopefully it'll be able to bring a positive spin that we are really out to save history. And what I want to do with my show is I want people to realize that it's not, I get people in my family. Let's just use this example. I've had people in my family, oh yeah, Gypsy's out there searching for that big treasure. She's going to get rich.
Yeah.
She's hoping to get rich someday. And they don't realize that it's not about that.
Yeah.
It's never been for me. I don't know about y'all. Yeah, it's always awesome when you find something that's worth monetary value. But what it's really about is preserving history. And if I can help bring some of that history out of the ground and put it in a museum and be able to share with the world, that is my goal right there. And be able to
Right.
do it in a positive way that brings positive light on our community, instead of us being looked at as these people that aren't real archaeologists and they're just out digging holes and pulling stuff. So, thank you, Patriot. So I don't know if any of that, resonates with y'all, but that's why I do this. I did it. Number
Right.
one, when I started my YouTube channel, was to share my passion, but also share my passion for not only the hobby, but for history, which I hated history in high school. It was memorizing a bunch of dates, and I hated it. And now I just absolutely, I can't get enough. And
Yeah.
that's all I can think about is getting out in the field, and everything I dig, learning something new about history and what's not taught in school, So that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, that all does resonate with me, because that's what got me into it, was chasing history at the Spanish American War campsite, and that's what got my interest peaked in it. And ever since then, once you get so much silver or coinage, you're like, okay, it's more about preserving the history rather than the coins.
Right.
And,
Exactly.
I'll take a buckle, a button, or anything like that over a silver coin any day, within reason.
Right. And, that's another thing that I want to do. If and when, I will say if and when, I discover, or you discover, a major treasure, that's worth a lot of monetary value, I would like to see it go in a museum and shared with the world, and try to bring that to light, than being tucked away by our government. And you know what I mean? Does that make sense as well? So I hope I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to try to do the right thing. And I just want everyone here to know that all of you play a big part in this. And a lot of people look at us because we are seen as leaders in this hobby because of our YouTube channels, because of the social media and stuff like that. So just be mindful of a private property, other people's property. Be mindful of the laws, because that's important right there.
Right.
Woohoo.
Gypsy, real quick before we leave,
Sure.
your channel on YouTube, Zero Discrimination. How long you been doing that? I just figured I'd let you talk a little bit
Okay.
about that before we let you loose.
Sure. So I started that about 5 years ago, and I live in Texas. The history isn't like up there in PA and some of the area that y'all live in. So I'm always happy when I find anything, you know, from the mid 1800s to me in Texas. It's always exciting. But that's what's so wonderful, that what's happened with my YouTube channel, and then being sponsored by Garrett Metal Detectors and being able to travel. That's allowed me to travel more. And like, I just got back from North Carolina. I got a bucket lister while I was there. I'll be sharing that. I haven't told many people about that, but I'll be sharing that in the upcoming video. So y'all be sure and stay tuned for that. I just uploaded a video yesterday. If y'all get a chance, it is 40 minutes long. I'll warn y'all.
Wow.
But it's on metal detecting and gold prospecting. And I'm actually metal detecting when I was at the Virtue Mine in Oregon, at the same place where we filmed for the Freddie Dodge Gold Mine Rescue, the episode I was in. So I was back at that gold mine. So y'all be sure and check that video out. Make sure you got time to watch it. 40 minutes, sit down tonight when you're ready to go to bed, and take a look. It was a lot of fun getting to go back to Oregon after we had filmed, and those property owners let me metal detect and do some gold prospecting. So it was a lot of fun.
Oh, that is awesome. Awesome.
Man, a lot of people are showing you a lot of love here in the chat, Gypsy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people have all kinds of positive comments. So, I mean, there's a lot of people
awesome.
that looks like they really enjoy what you're offering out there on your channel, and just you and as a person in general. It looks like you're in it for the right
Awesome.
reasons, and just really cool.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Andy. I appreciate it.
Hey, real quick,
And
we have one question.
Yeah.
Somebody said, do
Sure.
you have a Facebook as well?
I do, just Gypsy Jules, and
Okay.
check that out. Usually I don't always accept people's friendship if they don't have any friends with me. I kind of, you know, but if you definitely got metal detecting on there, I'll go ahead and accept. So y'all be sure. And anyway, that's that. What's that say? Gypsy is our community. I don't know about that. Gypsy, I mean, Deej, let me just tell you, she is really incredible. I've watched her grow from the beginning. I had sent her some giveaways when she first started her channel. I try to do that for a lot of these ladies that have started a channel, because it is, I've been doing this for 23 years. And when I first started, and I started that metal detecting club, I was the only woman in that club back in the day. And it's grown and grown and grown, and more women are coming forth and doing these channels, and it's inspiring to see them flourish as well. And I just admire them as well.
Well, you are a true inspiration for a lot of us, and it's kind of like, as you ascend into what you do, we're all following you, you know, wishing it was us to a certain extent, and admiring you for what you're doing and putting yourself out there. So I'm a fan, and I appreciate you coming on big time.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate y'all. And again, like I said earlier, I'm just going to carry each and every one of you in my heart when I do this. And this is for all of us, not me, not just me. It's for all of us.
Heck yeah. Well, anything else, Dustin? We're going to give away a detector tonight. We appreciate everybody hanging in there with us.
Oh, wow. Wow.
We didn't really broadcast it too much, a little bit, but we try to get people to come onto the shows because of the right reasons, not just for giveaways. It's for the people that really stick out till the end, that I feel like, you know, they hung out with us, and we try to give them something nice. If you know, that's a chance to win something
That's
nice.
incredible.
So
That's
And,
incredible.
and that's a donation from Michael Vidovich at West Shore Hobbies. He's been our supporter over the last couple months and really done well by us. And he's a good detecting buddy too. So thank you, Vidi.
Awesome.
And I think everyone's starting to put in the yeah, everyone's putting in at the yard. They're already typing it.
Yeah, I gotta wait a little bit. I gotta minimize some stuff here, and then we'll let Gypsy go. Hopefully, I don't mess this up.
Thanks
Crap.
again,
Okay.
Gypsy.
Yeah, Gypsy, we'll let you
Y'all have a
loose. I
great
know you've
night.
been hanging out with us longer than expected. We really appreciate you coming on the show and telling us your
That's all
stories.
right.
You did
Thanks
awesome as a
again.
guest.
We'll see you in like 5-6 days. So
I'm actually not going to be at.
She's not going out there.
I'm
you're not
sorry.
come out swinging.
Yeah, I really was hoping to go and join Amanda.
Andy, give her the hook. We're done. Interview's over. Give her the hook.
Yeah.
Robert, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
tried.
No,
No, you can't.
I'm kidding.
I really wish I could be there. I really
We do
do,
too.
but my manager is keeping me really busy, and
Yeah.
we've got another meeting tomorrow with the producers. So it's just been crazy. So hopefully this will all pan out though, and I'll see y'all in the future, in the near future.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
We'll see
anything
you.
else, Dustin? I think
Thank
we'll let
you.
her loose.
Nope. I think she was a great guest.
Thank you.
Thanks again,
Y'all
Gypsy.
have a
I'm
great
sure
night.
I'll see you on the flip
Appreciate
side.
it.
Yep, I'll see you probably sometime at one of the events eventually. I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
meet one day. So
We will. We definitely will. Y'all have a great
Cool.
night. We'll
You
see
hey,
you
too.
thanks
soon.
again, Gypsy. See you.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
All right. Hey, I was trying to pull up a picture. Apparently, so Vidi sent me a picture of the detector. I made a freaking thing and I posted it all over the last minute. So I didn't really put the picture up and stuff, but I'm going to try to do this real quick. So just bear with me. It's still collecting comments.
It's a Vidi 5000. He made it in his basement with spare parts from every detector he's ever sold.
So bear with me here. I'm going to try
You
to
guys
pull
will
this
truly
up.
love it.
All
It's a
right,
quest.
hold on. I just typed in Vidi. Here we go. That way everybody can kind of see what we're giving away. So
Oh yeah.
I had a picture and then it got erased somehow, figures, but here we go.
You know what?
All right,
we could have done a giveaway and said it's a free metal detector, blah blah blah, and then just got like a little get Matt to make us a little 3D print metal detector.
Right. So here's the picture of the detector. This is donated by Vidi. Michael Vin. How do you say his last name, by the way?
Vidovich.
Vidovich.
Yep.
It's a Quest X5 metal detector. I've heard of the brand before. He said they're really good for like women and kids, and I think it comes with different shafts, if I'm not mistaken. Vidi can say in the comments there.
It breaks
tell us
down.
more
It
about
totally breaks down. Can fit in the backpack. That's the
Right.
kind of things that it can be transported real easy.
So that's what we're giving away here tonight. We really appreciate that, buddy, for hooking us up. I know you don't have to do that stuff for us, but definitely cool. West Shore Hobbies, if you guys need anything, definitely check him out.
Yep.
Dustin, I never met him before, but Dustin has. Apparently, he's a pretty cool dude. So
Yeah, he's a good guy.
but,
He's a little weird looking, but you know, no, I'm kidding, Vinny.
all right, how we have 45 people. How many in the chat? We got 45 people.
Yeah,
46 people.
47.
They're still entering. So get that in there. You have to type the yard, guys. You have to type the yard, just like I have posted here on the screen. Hashtag the yard. To be entered into the detector giveaway before we roll out here tonight.
Oh yeah,
Hey, we really appreciate you guys coming in tonight, by the way.
You want to give them the April 10th information before
should we
we
tell
do
them what
that?
it's about? Yeah, we can.
I think we should before
Yeah, I
we
think
do the
we should.
giveaway.
Don't steal our ideas. No, so yeah, I'm gonna take this off real quick. Do you want me to
That's
say
right.
it, or do you want
You
to?
guys listen to us for a minute.
We're holding it to the end. They're like, but keep typing the yard, that way I get everybody in. The topic. Do you want me to say it? Do you want to say it?
Yeah. No, you go ahead.
So the topic for it's going to be what April? We decided on April 10th.
Yeah, because next weekend we're all going to be gone. Pretty much everyone is even in the chat.
Yeah,
A lot of people will be at Come Out
I'm
Swinging,
not swinging.
and we'll probably drop some live streams from there, just on the spot types.
Yeah, like some live action.
Yeah. So April 10th, we're going to do a live stream on relic cleaning and coin cleaning and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And Andy got us a great person lined up.
Yeah,
Andy.
I have someone lined up for the electrolysis views of it. If anybody's ever thought about doing electrolysis, we have someone coming on talking about the ugly box. And I just got word earlier that we might be giving one away, actually, Dustin, when we were on the stream. So
Nice.
The ugly box is a machine that cleans coins. It's electrolysis. It's made by a guy named Frank. I ain't going to go all those details, but he will be a special guest on the show. There won't be as many guests on this show. It's going to be more about information,
Right.
you know, how to clean your coins, how not to clean your coins. Tumbling, I'll probably go over that myself. I tumble my coins clad. We'll just go over different cleaning techniques. You know, we'll share a little bit back and forth on what we have to offer. And, you know, as far as the viewers, we want to hear what they have to say, you know, maybe stuff that they do that we've never tried and help each other out. I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a great show, guys. It'll be, you know,
Yeah.
us. We'll make sure it's informative and worth your time. But the good news on that one, it probably won't be 3 hours plus.
No, it won't. Thank God. So,
All right.
so
Good deal.
47 people. I guess we're getting ready to go here.
Yep.
Get it in last minute, guys. Hopefully you're getting it in there. So, all right. So this is for the metal detector. We're gonna give it away, and we really appreciate you guys sticking out to the end. I mean, this is what it's all about.
Absolutely.
So, all right, what do you say we do this?
I say we do this.
And you can go to bed. We got some new people popping in here all of a sudden, but
yeah.
We are quick. Here we go. I'm gonna share the screen. We're gonna go. One lucky winner. We got one detector, one big prize.
Get it, Martin. Sneak it in here, Martin. I see some names: Martin Smith, Joe King.
So, oh man. All right, here we go, guys. Share the screen. You ready?
Yeah, boy.
Here it goes, guys. Good luck, everybody. One lucky winner here tonight. Let's go.
Thanks, Ed.
Man, beach digging detecting.
Yeah, there you go. Are you guys here? Beach digger detecting. Are you here? Got to be here.
Yep, you got to be here.
Don't be reaching out to him either, because if they're not
Yeah,
here,
if you guys want to win, you just let it ride for a little bit. If he's not here, we're gonna pick some. We're gonna wait a little bit, but not super long. Remember that time we gave away the free dig stock pass, and it was like 20 minutes later, and Ed won.
Yeah,
He was up on that one.
He came close. He came
really close. I'm not seeing
They're
them, guys.
here. They're here. Yeah, they confirmed.
Is he here? Okay.
Congrats. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it, guys. Big time winner there tonight. So congratulations.
And thanks
detecting.
let's thank before I forget, Ed Flash in the Pan for helping moderate.
Yeah.
Robert from
man, definitely.
Daily Dirt Fishing. Thank you for all your help tonight. You guys are great. Yeah, just what a great group of people tuning in. To have 40-some people after 3 hours. And
yeah, I mean, that's insane.
Guests are on, and, you know, so congratulations. Make sure you get your email information out to Andy so he can forward that.
Down below.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, man. So you excited about next week, brother?
I am stoked about Come Out Swinging, man. I can't wait to get up there Friday, get situated. And then when you get up there, I'll hook up with you Friday night. You know, we'll sit around fire and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited to see Matthew and a lot of the other people that, you know, I don't get to see that much. So yeah, I'm really I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
Ready. Cool.
How
Well,
about
guys,
you?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm sure everybody's ready to get the heck out of here, and I'm sure you're
Yeah.
ready too. And we got 3 hours and 15 minutes almost. I mean, we don't try to do these things this long, but it just seems to always go that way. You guys are so
Yeah.
interactive in the chat. I mean, it's like it's hard to say goodbye. And after what, 2 weeks now, we kind of took a little bit of a break, and it's like I really miss
Oh,
kind of seeing everybody.
Tomorrow night, for those of you still here, I am going to be on Digging Adventures with Maddie. Tune in 8 p.m. Facebook and YouTube. Digging Adventures. It's digging with Maddie, young Maddie, and I'm gonna be on that show. So make sure. I know other people will have stuff going on at the same time. Maybe just pop in, pop out, whatever. But stop in and say hi.
Right. Yeah. One more time. I always called her Dig Gun, but it's Diggin'. Check out next Sunday, April 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern time. She has a live streaming 1K Easter egg hunt. She was telling me about it. We talked on the phone a little bit. Sounds pretty interesting. Check out her channel as well. She's got some cool stuff. We appreciate you tuning in there, digging, and yeah, awesome. So yeah.
Well, once again, brother, I thank you for letting me be part of this, and appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. You're a good friend.
Man, I appreciate you being a co-host, and we always do really well together. I know a lot of people think we click really well, and I think we do what we can. I mean, we're just going to keep doing some good topics and having some good, awesome, guests on, and we're going to keep rolling with it as long as we can. And everybody likes what they're seeing, we'll keep doing them. So
yeah, and go to Dutch Boy Adventures to see Andy and I's last video. I did the filming on that one.
Yeah.
So you'll see Andy doing just about everything there, because in magnet fishing. So check that out. Not just to prop myself up, but Andy's in that video. So I appreciate everything, guys. I appreciate the viewers. You guys have a great night. Have a great week. Kick some ass this week.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you guys on April 10th, I guess is what it was.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
make a thumbnail and we'll post it ahead of time so everybody knows. And like I said, it sounds like we got a maybe an ugly box to give away from what I'm understood. So that's going to be really cool. I'm surprised. I wish I would win, to be honest. So yeah, awesome. Well, guys, thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace out.